It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Day number 2, Army-Navy weekend, presented by USAA. That's where we are, Radio Row, right here in the Convention Center in Baltimore. And boy, what a day it is. All kinds of great folks running around. And we're going to talk to a bunch of them as we continue here on Radio Ray. Day number 2, Jason Minix. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
I know, and if you're watching on YouTube, you saw us fist pumping.
Absolutely.
Brian Jones,
yes.
Longhorn at Legend with CBS. He's going to be on with us here in a little bit. So will a ton of people here at the Baltimore Convention Center. Miss America standing right over there. Tim Pernetti, the commissioner of the American Conference, RG3, the Heisman Trophy winner, Brian Jones, and obviously so much going on. Cowboys and Vikings on Sunday night, Army-Navy game. And because of everything we've got going on, probably not a lot about Sharon Moore, but the charges have been filed.
Yeah.
And, this is just sad.
It's sad. It's very sad. There's 4 or 5 charges.
Yeah.
Thrown his way. 3. Yeah. It is sad. So if anything breaks on that, obviously we'll bring it to you. It's just been a great experience. I did see a tweet from our good friend John Machota that Trayvon Diggs says that he is feeling better than he's felt in a long time. He expects to play on Sunday night. Now, he may expect to play. Will he play is another question.
You know, it is interesting when you think about what Stephen Jones told us yesterday here on the Blitz. And again, nothing committal, but the public calling out of Trayvon by head coach Brian Schottenheimer the other day, which is something that Schottenheimer doesn't do. He generally protects his players. And the fact that he said it's not just constant effort and consistent effort on the practice field, but in the meeting rooms, and you've got to do everything right, which you could read into means he's not doing everything right and not to the standard. And, you know, if you're not practicing, how can you expect to play? I don't care how good you feel. Has he done what the coach is required to get on the field? So part of me looks at them, all right, good. I'm glad you're feeling great. Are you doing what you have to? Because, if you don't play, then we just have to take the coach at his word that you didn't earn playing time this week.
Well, that's exactly right. And what was that, Wednesday?
Yeah.
When Shotty said that. So obviously Dick's had a couple of days to try and prove him wrong and do what he had to do. Will it be enough? I guess we'll have to tune in and find out on Sunday night when the Cowboys play host to the Minnesota Vikings. But it's going to be an interesting game, and a game obviously the Cowboys have to win. As far as the Vikings, they're just looking to play spoiler at this point in time.
Absolutely. As we're here on Army-Navy Radio Row, and we've got a lot going on today. Great day one, and we're in a much better climate-controlled environment than we were yesterday on the Inner Harbor. Yes, we did stay and see Jimmy Eat World. And
well, you did.
Well, I mean, you saw they were on the TV screen in that VIP area with the.
I saw his face, but I didn't go outside.
No, you didn't go outside. I went outside. So the couple videos that I put on social was about the maximum amount of time that I could stand out there, 20 whatever degrees with the winds going the way they were. Those people that were out there down front, more power to them.
They were drunk.
Yeah. We were working on that and in much better condition. The biggest complaint Ryan Eagle had last night was the hike to get to the restroom. You got the steps in.
Dude, it was a long way to get there, and I had to make that trip several times. And the walk back to the hotel was miserable, by the way. But I digress. It's been a great, these minor things, Jason. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. As long as we don't have to do that again.
Well, I mean, tomorrow.
That's true.
Tomorrow we'll do some walking. And again, Baltimore, by the way, they call this place Charm City.
Yeah.
And we asked the people that live here, why Charm City? I know I could Google it, but we just asked people. And nobody here knows that we talked to, other than the people are charming.
Yeah, well, and the people we talked to were charming.
Yeah, but I don't know if that's really the answer.
There's got to be a reason. I really don't care, so I'm not going to take the time to Google it.
Well,
but there's little banners up on all over the place down here and Charm City.
Charm City.
So if you're watching on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page, yeah, you can do that. Let us know why they call Baltimore Charm City.
Learn something new every day.
Because I'll be honest with you, in the Uber back last night from the place we went after the
concert,
Kid Akers World,
Jimmy.
Yeah, that guy. So after we went to a little Irish pub and had some with our friends from USAA. But I'm coming back with a Uber driver, and the guy's telling me, I said, "How long have you lived here?" And he said, "Oh, I've lived here about 18 years." I said, "Okay." I said, "I hear Baltimore can be rough." He goes, "There are some places that you don't want to go." Mm-hmm. But he said, overall, it's not too bad. He just said, it's like any other big city. You just got to stay out of a few places, and if you do that, you'll be fine.
One of our friends was going to go to this breakfast spot that had incredible reviews. He's one of those that seeked out a good breakfast spot, and the Uber guy wouldn't take him.
No,
for breakfast. And
9:00 in the morning,
and so they went somewhere else. And I'm glad you had a good Uber ride alone last night. We're all. It was late, and honestly, I probably should have left with you. But you called Uber. It was 8 minutes away. So I went to the restroom thinking, well, I got 8 minutes and, take care of that. I come back, you're not around, and there was another round that had been ordered, and I couldn't leave.
Well, see, I was fooled then because I thought we had to close out. Everything was closed out.
That was it,
last call.
Yeah.
Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm glad I did. Hell, we were up damn near 24 hours.
Yeah. Next. Well, I mean, but then we went to another place.
Well, y'all did.
You. Yeah. Like I said, I should have left with you.
Well,
but
that's all right. You didn't.
No, I didn't. I had a great time.
Yeah, that's good. It has really been a good time here at Army Navy Weekend presented by USAA. And I tell you what, I'm really excited about today's show, and I hope all of you are as well, because all the guests that we have coming up are just incredible. And I'm looking forward to all of them. And it all starts here coming up here in just a minute with Miss America. She's going to join us coming up next. I do want to mention Sham Charania tweeted out just a few minutes ago that Wemby is likely to play tomorrow night. Likely.
And again, based on what Mitch Johnson said the other night, that doesn't surprise me. If he's back and ready, and I know there's some debate whether you're going to play Oklahoma City. They don't lose. Somehow they did lose once, and they blew a 20-point lead in doing that. I mean, they are a blown lead away from being undefeated at this point in the season.
Yeah, that's true.
Do you bring, as well as this team has been playing, do you bring them back in a game that you're likely to lose, or does it? To me, it doesn't matter. If you're ready, go play.
Yeah.
And knowing that he will be a little bit rusty, and why not? But there is a chemistry with this team, but their best player is not there. If your best player is available, you play. I don't know why this is a debate on social media.
Well, look, I get it, but I mean, I will. It's going to be interesting to watch, because how does that? Will he fit in with what they've been doing? And it sounds weird to say that, but I mean, this team's been rolling. They've been playing great basketball. You add in Wemby, your best player, and does that change anything? And obviously, it's going to change some things, but how quickly do they adjust and get into what they've been doing?
Well, and again, we'll talk about that. One of the guests, I mean, you never know what you're going to get on Army Navy Radio Row. Our RG3, sure, we'll talk football with a Heisman Trophy winner. Mike Mayock is coming up, former GM. He's on the Westwood One broadcast call for the game tomorrow. Again, you can listen to here on 94.1. But Harvey Grant is rolling around.
Yes.
Twin brother of Horace Grant. Played in the NBA for many years. He worked for the Washington Wizards. His wife works for the Naval Academy. I can't wait to talk Wemby with a guy. What is he, 6'9"?
6'9".
I mean, because he doesn't have to look up to too many people.
Not at all.
He would Wemby, but you think about a big like that, and when he played early 90s versus the way Wemby is playing now at 7'5". I can't wait to talk NBA with Mr. Grant.
Whole different style of basketball when the Grant brothers were playing in the NBA than it is right now. Looking forward to that as well. And again, a long list of great guests that we've got for you today as we continue here on Radio Row, Convention Center in Baltimore, Army Navy Weekend presented by our friends from USAA. Miss America will join us next here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
And you think about the NBA this weekend and, of course, the football coming up on a Sunday. You want to make those games a lot more exciting. Make sure you're playing along on Underdog, the best place for you to make your picks and win money. And you can, of course, do it in Texas, and it's easy. Pick whether your favorite players are going to go higher or lower on stats like rushing yards, receptions, touchdowns. I'm thinking about the game that Pickens had last week. I think I might go higher on a Sunday as I'm building out my pick-em entry. Dak Prescott, Brandon Aubrey, all higher. J.J. McCarthy, probably lower. And I don't go lower on too many guys going against the Dallas defense. But you can get all your picks right. You can win a lot of money, up to 5,000 times your cash. So download the Underdog app. Use promo code STAR to score $75 in bonus entries when you play your first $5. That's promo code STAR at Underdog. Make picks, win money.
Must be 18 plus and present in Texas. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Sunday night at 7:20, the Cowboys take on the Minnesota Vikings at home in Arlington. Pre-game at 6. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds, the Davis Law Firm, Hornitos Tequila, Connecticut, and Jim Beam. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
I know hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter. Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
American Diamond has never sold lab-grown diamonds, and we warned our clients, friends, and neighbors that wholesale prices would crash to almost nothing. 2-carat GVS2 lab-grown diamonds are currently being traded in wholesale for $264, but some jewelers are still selling them online for $3,000 to $4,000. Repeat, wholesale $264, retail $3,000 to $4,000. Some retailers are selling 1-carat lab-grown diamonds for under $300, and others are giving them away for free with purchase. Lab-grown diamonds are very easy to detect with gemological equipment. Tens of millions of carats are produced in huge factories in China and India, using a tremendous amount of subsidized electricity supplied by coal-burning power plants. American Diamond has only offered traditional, real, natural earth-grown diamonds that are rare, extremely beautiful, and have had real value for centuries. See our television program tonight on ABC KSAT 12 at 12:35 a.m. or right now at americasdiamond.com.
The following is a dramatization.
David Bluffton, how can I help?
They're coming up to me everywhere. The police are on their way. I'm shaken up.
Don't worry. We're going to get you taken care of. You made the right call.
I'm Jim Davis. If you've been hurt in a car, truck, or 18-wheeler wreck, call Davis Law Firm at 444-4444. We're ready to help day or night. And there's no fee unless we win.
Davis Law Firm, San Antonio.
How about the Cowboys? We ride with one in Texas, sporting handed-down silver and blue jerseys. We come together for America's team every time they take the field. So let's share a round of Jim Beam lemonade on game day together because people are good for you, especially for us in Cowboys country. Presented by Jim Beam, bringing fans together across Cowboys country. 40% alcohol by volume. Copyright 2024. James Beam Distilling Company, Claremont, Kentucky. Drink smart.
Did you hear? Allstate car insurance now costs even less. So when you bundle with home, you can save even more. Check Allstate first to bundle and save with a new lower auto rate. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings may vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
The Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Monday on the Morning Huddle,
Week 15 almost in the book. We've got one more, but how did the Cowboys look?
That Emirates Cup, was it great or was it just a passing fancy? We'll talk about what the Spurs did. Oh, by the way, we've got some college playoffs just a week away. Get here early. Party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Mornings 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Back here on Radio Row, Army-Navy weekend. What a weekend it has already been. The game is tomorrow. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagle. He's Jason Minix. And Minix, some guests are just better than others.
Well, they are. We are at America's game, and so it's only appropriate we have Miss America joining us here on the Blitz. Cassie Donegan, congratulations.
Thank you.
And I got to start with Radio Pro. I mean, you've got the crown, and I was trying to figure out, all right, because you've been walking around the crown, like, do we ask the ninja, do we have a handheld? What are we going to do? You're like, no, this is how you do it.
Yeah.
You're a pro.
Thanks. Yeah, you learn eventually how to just finagle everything, make it work.
How in the world has your life changed since becoming Miss America?
I mean, overnight, it was kind of just being thrust into being an internationally known brand ambassador, which was kind of crazy. But it's been incredible. Every single step of the way I have walked into so many incredible opportunities, met so many wonderful and extraordinary people, and it is definitely life-changing, 100%. But that's kind of the goal of the Miss America opportunity, is to be a springboard for women to be able to do things that maybe they wouldn't be able to achieve, but it expedites it a little bit and introduces to new opportunities.
All right, so Cassie, I mean, you're from New York.
Yes.
When you started on this journey, what motivated you? You know what? I'm going to do that.
Yeah, so I grew up watching Miss America competition, and I have so many memories of sitting there in my mom's room every single year watching what we call our Super Bowl. And so I knew from a young age that I wanted to be involved, and we have a Little Sisters program. So I did that from the ages of 9 to 12. I was involved in the Little Sisters program. And then I'm originally from Virginia. My dad was stationed down there. That's when I met my mom. And so I was Miss Virginia's Outstanding Teen back in 2013. And I had a really great year. I placed in the top 5 at nationals and went on to serve the Commonwealth the rest of the year. And then I took a bit of a hiatus. I always kept following it. So many of my friends were involved, and I did not return back as a delegate until this year and competing for Miss New York, and was blessed enough to become Miss New York and now Miss America.
What is it about New York? 9 Miss Americas, 8 Miss Americas
Yes,
from
I'm
New
the
York?
8th. Yeah.
Unbelievable. There must be a lot of special ladies in New York.
Oh my goodness. Well, there's a joke that's gone on that it's something about our water.
Yeah.
But, I really just think New York does an incredible job, especially, my director specifically, Sloan, does an exceptional job of really cultivating an environment that is family oriented, and they love you and support you in a way that is authentic and true to who you are, and encouraging that and embracing that. And I think that really makes a difference.
Cassie Donegan, Miss America, joining us here on the Blitz. So you go through the process, you win, get the crown, and now you actually have a job, right?
Yeah.
What's been the thing that has surprised you most about the Miss America responsibilities?
I don't know, really. I think I try to go into things with no expectations, because expectations breed disappointment. And when you don't have an expectation for something, you're always just pleasantly surprised. And so I didn't expect anything other than positivity, right? I knew, though, going in that it would be a job and there would be hard things involved, but I didn't expect what that job would look like in any certain way, because every Miss America is so different, so their year is so different. It's very catered to who she is. But I will say that everything I've done has been wonderful, and it has been so impactful, not just for the people I'm engaging with, but for myself. I mean, I think people forget that people I meet, while it may be something really awesome and cool for them, it's just as awesome and cool for me. It's my favorite part, is getting to love people and learn about them.
That's awesome. Now, of course, we're here Army-Navy weekend, and you've got a connection. Your father served, you said, in the Navy.
Yes.
Correct? And firefighter, am I correct?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. Tell us about your dad and your relationship and why you're here and supporting this game.
Yeah, so I come from a long line of naval veterans. So yes, my dad was a fireman in the Navy, served the Gulf, and then my grandfather was an aviation technician in the Navy. My great-grandfather was a naval pilot in World War II. His brothers were pilots as well, served kamikaze. So very deep roots when it comes to the pride that I have for my family's service in the Navy. My uncle's also a Marine, and then I have a cousin who's in the Army and another uncle who's Army as well. But I still do have to confidently say, go Navy, beat Army. And so I'm very excited to be here. When my dad was the first call I made when I found out I was coming. He is at home, very jealous that I am here, and he is not. The only thing that can make it better is if he was also here. But I can't not wait for tomorrow. You will for sure be seeing content of Miss America screaming at a game because I am a sports fan myself. So I'm very excited.
That is awesome. Now you are Miss America. Can we get your dad here? Right?
If anybody wants to make a call, listen, I'll put him on a train right now.
We know some people, I think, around here. Yeah.
What part of New York?
So he's actually in Plymouth, Mass. So he's from right outside of Boston, which is funny because when you hear me, clearly you can tell I grew up in southeastern Virginia when I talk. But then you hear my dad, he is stereotypical Boston. I'm like, that's your dad? I'm like, yeah, listen, I know. So he'd be coming from Boston. But.
That is incredible. And as a guy that was in the Navy, everybody on a ship has to learn some sort of firefighting.
Yes.
But the guys that actually do it, because when you're out there, that's all you have.
Yeah.
I mean, that's one of those jobs rates that most people don't. That was a tough job while he was in.
Some of the stories that he tells too, he says them so nonchalantly. I'm like, do you know what you just said? And he's like, oh yeah, whatever. I almost died 3 times. It's fine, but I didn't. I'm like, Dad, what are you saying? And despite that, my younger brother, I think he was 3 the first time he said that's what he wanted to do too, and that's been a constant. So my brother's on a mission to also join the Navy, wants to be a fireman in the Navy as well, like our dad, and I could not be more proud.
That's awesome. Cassie, now you said you were a sports fan.
Yes.
What's your game?
Well, my primary is basketball.
Okay.
You will, in fact, find me screaming at the top of my lungs at a Celtics game.
Celtics.
Always,
you got that
yes.
from your dad, huh?
Well, actually, more my great-grandmother.
All right.
And apparently we do the same thing. I was unaware that she also yells at the other team to miss when they go to shoot. I did not know that. Apparently that is also a genetic trait one can get. But I do love football. I'm a Patriots fan. I will be honest. I'm a New England sports girl, even though I will root for a New York team. I must say I do have pride for New York, but my pride for New England sports.
Right. But you're Miss America, so now you've got to change to America's team and become a Cowboys fan.
There are boundaries one must have.
Yes.
Why? It's right there on your sash. Miss America's team.
The team part's gone, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the sash isn't big enough.
Yeah, right.
Look, Jerry isn't sharing the crown with anybody.
Right.
Now, you mentioned the content of you screaming and going nuts at the game tomorrow. Is that you just figure if you're out there with the Crown TV cameras are going to find you, or are you doing a lot on social media for the game?
We will definitely be doing things on social media. I know we are in partnership with USAA and a lot of our content as well, so you should be able to see it in both places. But if you want to find us directly, we are at Miss America everywhere.
I'm sure the camera will find you.
Yeah.
I'm sure it will.
I'm sure it will. Always find
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. Miss America. This is a first for us.
This is great.
I've never talked to a Miss America before. This is awesome. Thank you. And have fun tomorrow.
Oh, I will too. Yeah. Yes, go Navy all the way. I thought you said going for a second. I was like, wait a minute. No, wrong answer.
No. See, now, real quick, and I've mentioned this a couple times, so people listening, you've heard it. And I say it every year that we're here. My dad is retired Army. My brother went in the Army. I grew up Army. I wanted to beach in my business.
Yeah.
So I went Navy.
Hey, listen, at the end of the day, the Navy will remain with the most wins in history for the rest of time. We will win tomorrow, but it is still one team. So,
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Cassie, thank you.
Thank you.
Good stuff.
Wow, very good stuff. Cassie Donegan, thank you very much. We appreciate you taking the time to join us here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Boy, I tell you what, I mean, beauty and brains when it comes to Cassie Donegan.
Yeah.
I mean, she's more well-spoken than you are.
And you.
No, I didn't say me. I said you.
I look.
It'll be the Cassie and Joe show.
You'd become a bumbling idiot.
I sure would. Yeah.
How about a hard job? You would not be able to. No, stop, Bledge. That's not.
Oh, my goodness. That was a lot of fun.
Watching Miss America walk away was fantastic.
She was coming in going.
Stop.
What?
That's Miss America.
That's what you said.
No, you said.
Holy cow.
He just got put that.
We do have a little bit of breaking news. The Spurs have released the injury report for tomorrow, and one Victor Wembanyama is on the injury report. He is listed as probable, and we know Shams tweeted earlier. Like, I think Shams gets these like 10 minutes before we do.
I think so.
But Shams said likely. The fact that he's probable, not question, probable, tells me unless he wakes up tomorrow and can't go, not that he's going to have the kind of night in Vegas that we would have. But, I mean, by all accounts, it looks like Wemby will make his return tomorrow as the Spurs take on the Oklahoma City Thunder in Las Vegas in the semifinals of that cup thing.
That cup thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if they have a special floor in Las Vegas. Not sure if they do, but we'll see. So it's for something. And look, OKC's only lost one game all year. It'd be kind of nice to see the Spurs put another one on there in the loss column. We'll see what happens.
Well, and again, I mean, it'll be interesting now. I know, that game is in the afternoon. Army Navy is going on. We'll be at the game, but you'll be following and seeing what's going on with Vic. It does look like he will make his return tomorrow. They have him officially listed as probable.
Then he'll play. I don't think there's any question that he'll play tomorrow. What does that do, and what does that team look like? It's going to be interesting to check out tomorrow night. Obviously, he's a great player. You'd rather have him out there than not. But I'm just so impressed by the way this team has played while he's been on the shelf. To go 9-3 without the best player, arguably, in the NBA at this point in time, certainly one of them, is impressive. It's very impressive.
Well, and again, I mean, one of the best players. Your best player is out, and you go 9-3.
Mm-hmm.
Now, they obviously when Vic is out there, he's the number one option, and they're going to have to do things to get him involved in whatnot. But at the same time, how many minutes is he going to play? What kind of minute restriction, if any, does he have? And, the idea of what Mitch Johnson said the other night, he went through a very intense 5-on-5 workout. How did he respond? Clearly the right way for him to be listed as probable, but it is the Spurs and they're overly cautious. So I do wonder how many minutes he'll actually see and how effective he is as he is doing things because, as he's coming back from that cap, you just, got to be mindful of that.
I'm sorry. Did you say something?
Focus, man.
Oh, sorry. I was like, I think I heard something going on in my ear, but I wasn't sure. I was a little distracted.
Yeah, yes.
But we're back now, I think.
No.
Oh, my goodness. Wow.
Yeah.
Shiny
God
things here on Radio
America.
Road. Shiny
God
things.
bless America.
Yes, I agree with that. I guess maybe we need to take a break. I'm not sure, but perhaps. When we come back, a couple of guys, and I tell you what, they're entertaining because they talk to us at every breakfast. We go to a breakfast on Friday when we come here to Army Navy, presented by USAA, and it's always a great breakfast. These two guys get up and talk. Roy Braggs and Mike White. One's Army, one's Navy. Very competitive dudes.
Well, they are. And again, some of what the Army-Navy game stands for means. We talked about it some yesterday with Max DiDomenico, who, of course, played his high school ball over at Clemens. This year, he's a grad assistant with the football program, even though he finished playing last year. And in a couple of months off to whatever school he said, and then his permanent duty assignment. It was interesting talking from a player standpoint, but, it's Texas A&M. You get a couple of grads together, they're going to have the back and forth, if you will. And it's at a whole nother level when you're talking Army and Navy.
You will see exactly what we're talking about when Rob Braggs and Mike White join us next Here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
San Antonio Sports Stars 50K Pro Football Pick'em giveaway is back. Head to USASportsStar.com and pick the winners of each pro football game every week to earn points for each correct pick. Highest points each week wins a $25 gift card to Mellow Mushroom. Highest points overall scores $1,000 worth of tickets from A Awesome Ticket. Pick the winning ticket of every regular season game. Win the grand prize, $50,000. This is an audience national contest across multiple markets. The 50K Pro Football Giveaway. Register and win at SASportsStar.com.
By texting 24700, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from J. Crew Factory. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at jcrew.com.
At J. Crew Factory, we think shopping should be fun, really fun, as in scoring our exclusive collection of classic styles for the whole family at prices that can't be beat. And today, save even more. Just text gifting to 24700 to receive an extra $25 purchase of $75 or more at your nearest J. Crew Factory store. This holiday season, discover perfect presents for you and your crew. Shop cozy matching pajamas, toasty sweaters, amazing outerwear, festive accessories, and so much more. Get in the spirit at J. Crew Factory, where we have incredible deals every single day. Visit jcrewfactory.com to find your nearest San Antonio area store today. But first, get an extra $25 off your purchase of $75 or more when you text gifting to 24700. Text gifting to 24700 to your $25 off coupon. That's GIFTING to 24700. See store associate for details.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products or compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want to boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Turn things all the way up and find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy.
Pork rinds are the crunch time hero of the snack aisle. Low carb, collagen packed, and high in protein, so you can keep energy high without the guilt. The porkrinds.com Instagram will make a crunch time donation for each share of the Crunch Time Hero College Football Post, with each share equaling a $1 donation to the Archer Foundation, a nonprofit dedicated to helping families dealing with DIPG, DMD, pediatric brain cancer. Share on Instagram today and grab yourself a bag of Southern Recipe pork rinds at HEB.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation, so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip ER and get to the OrthoNow Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. OrthoNow provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Corey area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray, casting, and bracing. OrthoNow has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online.
quiz. Like you're asking your classmates, like, don't knife me in the back, man.
Yeah.
Like don't do the math problem. Right, beat Army. And so it's stuff like that just you never forget it, right?
Well, they just can't do math. That's the
that's true.
That's the problem. They just can't do math.
I never said I could do math.
Hey, you work at USAA, sir.
No, we can do some pretty good math.
I'm kidding. I mean, you guys do math problems.
Yeah, my compliance department's gonna be like, actually, we give him a math test. He does fine. He does fine.
No, see, we started talking for a living, so we didn't have to do math. We're glad there's people like you that can do math. And with what you guys do at USAA and the involvement with the Army-Navy game, it is the perfect marriage from a sponsorship standpoint.
We serve military families. You know, our mission is to help military families achieve financial security. And you do that at all levels of life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, when you enlist or join the military, you need direct deposit, right? You're living in the barracks, you've got to have coverage, insurance, that sort of thing. So we want to make those things easy and accessible and help build someone's mindset so they start saving some money, looking out for themselves and their family, make sure that they set themselves up for success both in the military and out. And it's our job to provide them amazing service so that it's easy to do that and just help them achieve that dream, right? It's the American dream. Join, serve, get out, be a great citizen, you know, have your family, and let USAA help you along the way to achieve that dream.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, I got to ask you guys. You talk about what happens Army-Navy week in the academies. What happens at USAA during Army-Navy week? What do you guys? I mean, is there trash? You guys walk down the hallway and go Army beat Navy kind of thing?
There may have been some pranks that happen every so often. You know, maybe shrink wrap cars, animals in offices. I mean, I'm not saying it happens a lot. I'm just saying things have happened.
Yeah, that's exactly. Back when we used to have newspapers, you know, roll up the newspapers and stuff the office full of paper, you know, things like that. Now, I will say there are folks there that it's maybe their first year at the company, and they're not familiar with this thing. And then they'll see Rob and I going at it or something. Then they're like, oh, my goodness, what's going on with these two people? They're kind of crazy.
Yeah.
And then they get the joke and they're like, all right, it's kind of awesome. It's kind of great.
Because USA does employ so many former military, I think the overall culture gets it.
Oh, yeah.
But even people that did not serve, that I know that work at USA, they get all in.
Oh, they love it.
I mean, it really is incredible how it has become a part of USAA.
We have an employee reward program where we bring a few of our top performers to the game. They get to bring a family member to the game. And, you know, hey, it's a really special reward for them. And they get that same experience, right? They get to be in the crowd. They get to see all the things that are going on and experience that military family experience in the stadium. It's our highest reward, really, for any employees to come to the Army-Navy game.
It really is. And one of the things that we've noticed is that right about the time the game kicks off or the week prior to that, there's just a feeling around the campus of like, there's a little motion there because of the commercials and the insights that we bring to the market, where people are seeing just kind of what makes these places special. And so to Bill's point, when we bring people here, they see it firsthand. They come back and they're like advocates. They're like, you got to go. This is so amazing. The pageantry, the game, and Army singing second. It's all great.
Yeah, most of that was spot on.
Which part wasn't spot on?
Nearly perfect.
Something
nearly
about
perfect.
the last comment. No, look, guys, I don't have a dog in the hunt, all right? I enjoy this game. I go out and watch it. He's a big Navy guy. I got to listen to him all the time. But I'm a uniform critic. And so I have to say, look, I love Army, and you're going to see this tomorrow when you watch the game. Army, the numerals, they did a great job. But I got to give the prize to Navy for the uniforms this year.
It's classic. You know, it represents the USS Constitution, the oldest commissioned warship in the world, not just in the United States. Old Ironsides and, you know, that copper sheeting on the outside, the cannonballs will just bounce right off it. So that's going to be Navy's defense tomorrow, right? The Army's they're going to be impervious, and it's going to be a great game.
I love the fact that they're blue. That way, when they fall off the ship, we can't find them.
You know, the game, it's might snow tomorrow. We won't be able to find you guys in the snow. Although I will say, though, as a play-by-play broadcaster, I love how the Army uniforms look, like on you sitting here, and if you were to buy the jersey, I can't imagine the broadcasters trying to call that and try, what number was that?
The numbers are very pointy.
Yeah,
right? They're very
yes.
scripty and pointy.
Yes.
They're pretty.
Fair.
They're very pretty.
Just watch him go into the end zone. Just see.
Yes.
Just watch him run to the end zone.
Really? Well, chasing the Navy guys?
That's true.
That really hurts. That really does hurt.
We'll get you, Rob. We'll get you. We'll get you. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yes.
With what you can actually tell us on the radio, what's the wager this year?
Okay, so
all right, he's going to tell. I'm going to make him tell the story.
So last year, I may have committed to wearing a Navy jersey and saying the words "beat Navy," he beat Army, and so he made me actually pay off the debt last week, and so I had to say on camera, with the Navy jersey on, those words. So we'll do the same thing again because I think it's important that Bill get his comeuppance. He's to come back and get that. So we're going to have Bill come on my show, and he's going to wear an Army jersey and say "Be Navy," like
see.
Like every red blooded American should.
We'll see. Bill's very confident.
Oh, he always is. That's okay. He was a pilot.
And Bill, I understand how some of this works. Growing up in an Army family, he's going to say, well, just use last year's tape. So you can't do that. You got to make them do it again. So then you can start getting collection of videotapes of him.
I want to know where this tape is. I'd like to see it.
It's an internal podcast. We probably can show it to you.
No, we need to stay. We need to stay where it is. Right there. It stays where it is.
It's kind of great.
See, you got all these internal podcasts.
Yeah, exactly.
That needs to be
38,000 people have seen it. So
that's internal. I think we probably know some people. We should probably get that on the USAA social media.
We'll see if we can pirate a copy of it.
Absolutely.
We don't need to do that. We're good.
Yeah, exactly.
We're fine. Well, for next year.
Yeah, that's good.
For next year. Guys, enjoy the game.
Yes.
Appreciate you.
Thank you for everything you guys are doing and bringing us out year after year after year for this incredible experience.
Great to be with you, and we just appreciate getting the word out for USAA and military families.
Rob Braggs, Bill White, both vice presidents, senior vice presidents, officially, all kinds of long titles, but
something like that.
We'll just go SVP.
Friendly rivals.
Rivals. Be Navy.
Beat Army.
Thanks, fellas. Appreciate that. Bill White, Rob Braggs joining us here. Big shots with the USAA, one Army, one Navy, and the trash talk never stops.
It's the fun part of the game, and it is such a rivalry game, but it just means so much. And again, you look at where we're at, Army Navy Radio Row here in Baltimore. I mean, if you're watching on YouTube, although I think with the sun and everything else, you probably can't. But I mean, the stadium's just like right over yonder. Short walk from where we are. Rumor is President Trump will be there tomorrow, so security will be intense and go early.
It will be intense. I don't know what they do. I don't know that. Well, I think he was here last year. Somebody was here last year, weren't they?
No, I never saw President Biden at the game. President Trump was here last year or at the game last year, but he was president-elect. He was not yet the president. And it was weird because we were all expecting really ridiculous security, and we walked right in. They didn't even check our credentials. They were inside of our coats, and we just walked in. I was like, "You're kidding me, right?" But so sometimes you never know. But when they were telling us this morning at that breakfast, the game starts at 3:00 Eastern, right? They're like, leave at 10. Like, wow. And part of that is for the march on, and because basically everybody at West Point and everybody at the Naval Academy in Annapolis, everybody's here and they do the march on. Well, imagine the logistics. So they line up in the street and to prepare the march, and they close down the roads, and it's a bleep show. And so you have to avoid that. Add in presidential security, and it'd be fun.
Unless you like bleep shows. I mean, there are people that do because they cause them every day. Wow. But I digress. I mean, we've never. This is my fourth. The previous three, but no issues. I mean, the security's tight anyway, but no issues getting in and getting where you need to be and all of that kind of good stuff. So, good shape. I'm looking forward to the game. The game is always fun. And Have you seen, what's the weather forecast? You going to snow tomorrow?
There is a potential of snow tomorrow, but I learned not to trust the weather guys. Right now, kind of sun, a little bit of rain, maybe sleet. I mean, that's an emblem. I'm not sure what it is. Well, I mean, what is that? You're a weatherman.
What's rain? Is that rain or snow?
Or sleet? A wintry mix?
There you go.
Rain, sleet, snow, doesn't matter. The mailman will get your package delivered.
Well, although kickoff 44 degrees.
I've got, dude, it's going to be a heat wave tomorrow.
I said 44 degrees.
Well, I got 46.
Well, and we can get a wintry mix out of that crap.
And then look what's coming afterwards. It's nothing but 30s after that.
Well, that's good. I'm leaving town early Sunday morning.
Well, I'm going with you, I think.
Oh, yeah, we're on the same plane.
Yeah, well, unless you change Ubers on me again. I mean,
Dude,
you're
the one that disappeared.
Art Garcia on our YouTube page says you never leave your wingman, Minix, and you did.
You left.
I was out in an Uber.
I was still in the bar.
I
called you. I'm like, dude, we got another round. You're like, I'm already in the car. I'll see you tomorrow.
Well, yeah, you said, what are you going to come back in? What am I going to do? Just cancel the Uber?
Yes.
No.
Yes. Yeah, you can.
I
mean, you could have.
I suppose. I got one of those schwanky ones thinking that,
there was like 8 of us.
Well, exactly.
And we all stayed except you.
Well, I didn't stay. I was tired.
Yes.
I'm ready to go now, though.
What do you mean you're ready to go now?
Well, tonight.
Oh, okay.
Ready to go. We got a dinner to go to.
Mm-hmm.
And then who knows? Because the hotel we're staying at, in all honesty, the bar sucks.
Yeah, it does.
It does.
Now, granted, there are good hotel bars. There are bad hotel bars. And then there's the hotel bar that we have. Now, one, it closes way too early.
Yes, it does.
What is it open from like 6 to 10?
Like 10.
Right?
Yeah.
6 to 10. And we got a really nice hotel. It's the Sheraton in the Inner Harbor. But apparently, in about 2 weeks, that hotel is going away.
Yeah.
And so they don't give a damn about this hotel, if you know what I mean. And it shows.
Well, I mean, it's a nice place. It's not a dump.
No, it's a Sheraton.
But they're gonna tear it down.
Yeah. For new high-end condos, apparently.
Oh, is that what it's going to be?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I hope they wait till we get the hell out of here.
Well, in 2 weeks.
Okay, 2
weeks.
weeks.
I mean, they had a bunch of reservations, so they couldn't do it sooner. And then next time we come to Baltimore, we won't be able to afford to stay in that same place.
You're right. Oh my gosh, it's been fun. They got this little fan fiesta thing going on down there. That's still going on today. It's a beautiful day. If you're watching on YouTube and you look outside, you're gonna go, man, it looks like it's gorgeous out there. Sun's out, blue skies, but it's still it's a little nipply.
Yes, that it is.
Okay, dude. I'm maybe hallucinating. I'm not kidding. Over to my left, I just saw a dog run down the hallway.
Well, yeah.
Is that the Army dog?
What do you mean the Army dog?
I'm not kidding, dude. I saw a dog walk down.
I mean, the Army mascot's a donkey.
This was not a donkey.
Yeah.
Navy mascot's a goat.
Yeah.
This was a dog.
Well,
just ran and inside, not outside.
There's lots of police dogs that I've seen. Well, was it a dog that looked like it could be a security
German
dog?
Shepherd? Yes.
Yeah. So
it's chasing somebody.
It could be chasing somebody. Could be playing fetch because they're bored. But there are 2 golden retrievers here that apparently are famous golden retrievers, more famous than Herb Street's dogs, because apparently these dogs have millions and millions of followers for whatever reason. I have no idea why. I'm not familiar with them, but people get excited when they see these famous dogs.
Good content, I guess. You've seen those reels where the dogs talk, make fun of their owners. Hey, man, everybody's social media star these days.
People are listening right now saying, Ryan Eagle doesn't sound like he left the guys early and went to bed early. Because we were at a bar that closed at midnight and Ryan Eagle left at last call.
I don't know what's in that water.
And then the rest of us found another bar that closes at 2. And we closed down that bar. That's when we got home. I got home. And you sound like you haven't been to bed yet.
Dude, I was
sound asleep. You know, the hell's in your water?
I don't know. I'm a little still, I'm an old man. Minix, give me a break. Up 24 hours yesterday and cracking dawn today.
You weren't up
it's crazy.
24 hours. It's 22. Lightweight.
Yeah.
I mean, we won't bring up who was sleeping at the bar, but it happens.
It wasn't me.
It wasn't you.
It was not me. I was not sleeping at the bar. Not that I'm opposed to doing that or have not done it in the past, but last night was not one of those things. Not at all. So we've been having a lot of fun. It's just one of those kind of weekends, that's for sure. You weren't real happy with Tampa Bay last night, were you?
Not at all.
Minix had a wager on the Bucks last night.
Thanks, Joe.
And I heard him cuss. Well, very similar to their head coach, Todd Bowles.
I feel his pain.
Yes, you do. We'll hear from the head coach of the Tampa Bay Bucks when we return here. Radio Row, Army-Navy Weekend, presented by USAA, right here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Riding 410 with the Blitz.
Brought to you by Prize Picks, and I'll tell you, it's the holiday season. It's the best time of year for sports. The bowl games are beginning. You got college and pro basketball. You got playoff pushes all around, and it's all happening at once. There's no better place to play than at Prize Picks. I love going to Prize Picks because I get to stack different leagues. I like a football play. Let's say I like Jamar Chase this weekend. I also like Wemby with the blocks. I can add that in there as well. And you like to play the hockey as well. You've got everything there that you can stack. Above and beyond that, if you have a favorite player, you can play them in a lot of different ways. That's Prize Picks. Go download the app today, and when you do, remember the code ALAMO. If you remember the word Alamo, there's free play in there, so go download Prize Picks and remember the code ALAMO. Get your money early. You get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Again, that's the code ALAMO to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, it tis the season to go play on your Prize Picks, and you know why? Because it feels so good to be right. It's football season, and nothing beats fresh coffee, crisp air, and that locker room energy. Hey, it's Rob reminding you that Bluebonnet Bunkin' Biscuit is just a phone call away. From Selma to San Antonio, it's luxury pet care for your four-legged MVP. With over 17,000 square feet of pet paradise, more than an acre of play outside, plus training and spa treatments, this is stadium fun for your furry family members. Call 210-750-1298. Bluebonnet Bunkin' Biscuit, where every pet's a champion.
Hi there, I'm John O'Hurley. You know, our pets are beloved family members. But sadly, though, there are so many dogs that get euthanized every day due to the lack of funding. To give them a chance at adoption, I invite you to support Puppy Food Bank. Thanks to generous donors like you, all of the food sent to pet shelters from Puppy Food Bank never comes with a bill. So please go to puppyfoodbank.org and make a generous, caring $15 donation every month. Your donation will absolutely save pet lives.
If you need extra cash this holiday season, go to WeFixMoney.com. WeFixMoney.com can help you get up to $5,000, sometimes the same day. WeFixMoney.com has been helping customers get emergency cash for 17 years and has an A rating with the Better Business Bureau. If you need money for gifts, bills, childcare, or anything else this holiday season, go to WeFixMoney.com. It's free to use, available 24/7, and you are never required to accept any loan offered. Go to the website you can trust. WeFixMoney.com. That's WeFixMoney.com.
Rain-X wipers are the #1 wiper blades in America. That means all kinds of drivers choose Rain-X. Big drivers in small cars choose Rain-X. Small drivers in big cars choose Rain-X. Drivers with long hair and short commutes choose Rain-X. Drivers with short hair and long commutes choose Rain-X. Drivers with pets on board, babies on board, and bored babies on board choose Rain-X. Basically, drivers who love a clear view of the road all choose Rain-X wipers, the #1 wiper blades in America.
Okay, so your trophy's in the cabinet. Business is great. The growing pains are all in the past, and you're feeling optimistic. Now you're in big trouble. Because truth is, no matter how well you slayed your last quarter, the next one could slay you right back. And without a cohesive strategy and a scalable idea you can rely on, nothing is certain except uncertainty. which is why for your next rodeo, you need the Next Rodeo. The Next Rodeo is a true creative partner that brings next-level creative thinking and production quality to companies who didn't believe they could afford it. So you can keep your company growing without outgrowing the dream that started it. The Next Rodeo. The difference between the business you have and the business you want is one great scalable idea. Get the full story at thenextrodeo.com.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want to boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Turn things all the way up and find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy.
Quiet down, here she comes. Surprise! Your accountant just emailed to say your quarterly taxes are way higher than you were expecting.
At Progressive, we know small business owners don't usually like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise that could save you money? Getting discounts with a commercial auto quote from Progressive.
Also, your favorite employee is leaving. They're going to pursue their dream of being a veterinarian.
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
The San Antonio Spurs headed to Las Vegas for the NBA Cup Semifinals. They'll take on the OKC Thunder tomorrow night. Tip-off in Vegas set for 8 o'clock. Victor Wembanyama is officially listed as probable to return. Texas Longhorn and former UTSA edge rusher Trey Moore has officially declared for the NFL Draft. He is currently projected as a day 2 pick.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
And we are live, Radio Row for Army-Navy Weekend here in Baltimore at the Convention Center, presented by our friends at USAA. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagel. He's Jason Minix. And wow, what a couple of days it's been. We say that every year, though.
Absolutely, and it's cool. We'll talk with the Naval Academy Athletic Director, Michael Kelly, coming up in a couple of minutes. Mike Mayock around the corner, Brian Jones. Tim Pernetti, the commissioner of the American.
Can't wait to talk to him.
And with everything that we're constantly talking about with Jeff Traylor, I can't wait to talk to the commissioner, RG3. Heisman Trophy winner, fellow Coppersville Bulldog. He's going to join us. There's a story floating around. He wants to be commissioner of college football. Speaking of commissioners, we'll ask him about that.
I'll vote for him. I guarantee you I'd vote for him. That's for sure. Looking forward to all of that. So a great lineup of guests still to come here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Todd Bowles wasn't happy last night.
Todd Bowles wasn't. Let's talk about it on the Headline Blitz.
This is Jason and Joe's Headline Blitz. 2 guys, 2 opinions, never enough time.
Todd Bowles is one of us. If you had Tampa Bay and 4.5, you were feeling really, really good with about 5 minutes to go in that game.
It was 28-14.
And then you outright lose.
Yeah.
When I saw this morning on Twitter, I originally thought it was fake. But his post-game press conference, I'm guessing they had to turn off the live feed because that dude went nuts.
It's inexcusable. You don't make excuses. You got to care enough where the hurts. You got to care enough where the it got to mean something to you. It's more than a job. It's your livelihood. How well do you know your job? How well can you do your job? Well, you can't sugarcoat that. It was inexcusable, and there's no answer for it. There's no excuse for it. That's what you tell them in the locker room. Look in the mirror.
Yeah. Oh, big time. Standing ovation for Todd Bowles.
For James Pledger for getting all those. I mean, he wore out the bleep machine.
Well, that too. But look. How many times do we sit here? And I know, we debate whether who should get credit or blame, the coach or the players. Todd Bowles finally called out these players that just were half-assing it after they already thought they won the game and just stopped playing football. Give Atlanta a little bit of credit, and I will do that. But, I mean, he's right. Look, this is your job. If you suck at your job, you're not going to be doing it very much longer. And Todd Bowles calling out the players, saying I can call the plays, I can put you in the right spot, but I can't execute for you. You got to do that yourself. Last night was great, and I applaud Todd Bowles for calling that team out.
And I just hope that you don't have Kyle Pitts on your fantasy bench, because that dude scored 40-some-odd points last night alone. Wild game, obviously, wild post-game press conference, but I'm with you. It's you could just tell the frustration because it looked like Tampa Bay was going to run away.
Yeah,
with that division, be a playoff team. I don't know that anybody thought they were a serious Super Bowl contender, but with Mike Evans coming back last night, get that team healthy, get Bucky Irving healthy. Maybe you never. And what we've seen from them over the last couple of weeks is just embarrassing. And by the way, did anybody like the creamsicle uniforms when they wore them? It almost reminds me of the Spurs Fiesta colors from a jersey standpoint. Like everybody was glad when they went away, but when you see it now, it's really cool. What a great uniform look they had last night. Although the way they finished that game, they'll never wear them again.
Well, they played like the Tampa Bay Bucks that used to wear those uniforms back in the day. Not very good. I just don't understand that team. They started out great. Everybody's praising Baker Mayfield, MVP candidate, all of this kind of stuff. And then, man, they've just fallen off a cliff. And right now, as we sit here today, Carolina is leading that division. The Tampa Bay Bucks, as good as they started out, may not even make the playoffs this year, and that is very interesting to me. And so, but I applaud. I wish more coaches would come out and do that. I honestly do. Oh, we're too afraid we can't hurt the players' feelings. We can't do that. Well, Todd Bowles didn't give a damn last night, and he said, "You know what? You guys suck, and I'm going to let you know that you suck."
Yeah, it's a lot of ways to lose your job. We'll get to Sharon Moore in a moment. The Tennessee Titans sideline reporter, he hadn't necessarily lost his job, but he has lost his privilege of flying on the team charter.
I mean, we keep it a book right now. We ask.
Well, and again, Cam Ward said that on the podium. You can report that. Cam Ward apparently said some things on a plane, the team plane. And he went on the air, Will Bowling did, on 104.5 The Zone in Nashville. And what he reported, what he talked about from the plane, wasn't really that big of a deal. But the fact that he violated the trust that when you're on this plane, what happens on this plane stays on this plane. And now I guess he's got to take Southwest to their road games.
He's got to pay his own way. I'm sure the radio station he works for, the TV, whatever it is, can't be happy about that because you're on the team plane, you get a free ride to wherever the hell they're going. No more for this dude. Do you remember, Jason, and this has been many moons ago, when KSAT had the Spurs broadcast. They had the Spurs. This was a long time ago because Kens TV has had it now for forever. Well, Greg Simmons used to be able to ride on the team plane. That happened. Something happened, and I don't know if it was on the plane or in the locker room. It was a private area where it got back to him, and Simmons reported on it. I think it had something to do with Avery Johnson back in the day. And that's when the Spurs said, "Nope, that's it. If you don't work for us, if you don't receive a paycheck from us, you don't get to ride on the team plane anymore." You don't remember that story, huh?
I mean, that big. I've never asked Greg about it, and
he'll tell you about it.
You hear rumors about different things, but if, and I think it's common sense when you are on a team plane, there are certain things. Although you have access, that can ask different questions to be able to get intel. But Greg Simmons is a reporter first, and he was doing his job.
He was doing his job. Something happened. It was some kind of incident. And if I'm not mistaken, it involved Avery Johnson at the time. And I think Avery was just pissed off the Spurs had lost the game, something to that effect. And he reported on it. And that stopped right there. And that was the new rule and still is today. As far as I know, if you don't receive a check from the Spurs, you don't fly on the team plane.
It's interesting, although it's not surprising for any team for that matter. Although, you take your radio crew with them. But I mean, like this guy in Nashville, he works at a radio station and freelances with the team. You think about Mark Vandermeer with the Houston Texans or Brad Sham and Christy Scales and Babe Laufenberg with the Cowboys radio network. They're employees of. And so, and there are certain rules. It's interesting, though, because some of them are rules that are written down and some of them are common sense. When I was the play-by-play man for the San Antonio Commanders and we went on their team plane, they never had to have a conversation about what you see on the plane or whatever, although there was nothing ever really that exciting. Right? There was,
usually not.
I mean, it's a bunch of dudes sleeping, a bunch of big dudes that snore a lot and fart a lot. I mean, that's about the extent of it. But, had there been a fight or something like that, then maybe somebody would, hey, man, but it never happened. Some are written policies, like apparently what they have at the University of Michigan about inappropriate relationships. And Sharon Moore did have his day in court today. And
golly, that picture of him, it just looks creepy.
Well, it's sad because, he's in, I don't know, it's not a cell, but a area controlled environment in cuffs on Zoom with the judge. Felony home invasion in the third degree. Woo. Stalking, breaking, and entering. Those are the three charges. Felony home invasion carries up to 5 years in prison and a $2,000 fine. Stalking, a year in prison and a $1,000 fine. Breaking and entering, up to 90 days in jail. Now, again, first time offender. I don't know if he'll do any serious time, if any at all, based on some of the reporting that we're hearing. But the story and what was learned today is sad. To have your job, a job like that, but any job. I mean, basically just gone in an instant.
Yeah, no doubt. No, at a very good job. And apparently Michigan owed him still about $13 million, which they're not going to pay unless he sues them or whatever the case may be. And again, this story is one of those that you got to be careful, because I've seen some things about what happened and this and that, and I'm not going to say anything until I get it from a credible source, because it's really easy to do.
Well, and like all the stories late yesterday that their AD was out, apparently that's not the case.
No, not at all. And so
he's having some uncomfortable meetings, but he still has a job.
And I'm not sure why, to be totally honest with you, but who knows? That's the University of Michigan. They have started a coaching search that I know that is true. But it's just very sad to see Sharon Moore in the situation he was in today. And hopefully he's going to get some help, because obviously he's not, he's not doing well mentally. And this certainly he can't help. I mean, you go from the penthouse to the outhouse pretty damn quick in this situation. So sad situation there at Michigan. We'll see how that plays out. We are live on Radio Row for Army-Navy Weekend, thanks to our friends from USAA in Baltimore here at the Convention Center, which is a very nice place, by the way. The Naval Academy. They have a brand new athletic director. His name is Michael Kelly. And guess what, Jason? He joins us next.
Nice.
Here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is a Friday. You have your weekend plans. I'm guessing none of you plan on getting arrested, but it does happen to a lot of people every day for all kinds of reasons. If you get arrested, you want to get out of jail fast. Best way to do that, call my good friend Albert and his great staff at AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747, or you can start the bonding process online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else to get out of jail, and you don't want to be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you a PR bond, make sure you truly understand what all those conditions are before accepting it. Your best option for stress-free bail bonds is AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They offer payment plans, have a free shuttle service. They are discreet and confidential and open 24/7 with offices all over San Antonio and Texas, services nationwide. So if you're up in Dallas, down in Corpus, anywhere in between, license number 149, call AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121, or go online at mybestbailbonds.com.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star and AARP Texas are sending Cowboy fans to Jerry World to see America's team play all season long. How do you get in on the action? Head to sasportstar.com now and register to win. sasportstar.com. Live it up with the boys in the Big D from AARP Texas and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation, so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments, including pills, chews, and more, 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, HIMS.com/JOY.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
This college football season, the Crunch Time Hero of the Week is brought to you by PorkRinds.com, the nation's premier hub for pork rind lovers everywhere. Each week, a college player will post on Instagram, and each share over a 2-week period equals a $1 donation to the Archer Foundation, which helps families who are dealing with DIPG, DMG, pediatric brain cancer. Giving back with the perfect snack to celebrate those big Crunch Time plays. Find your rind at PorkRinds.com or find Southern Recipe Pork Rinds at HEB.
Dallas Cowboys fans, come on down!
It's AJ and Rob from the Morning Huddle, and you could be the next contestant on
The Stat Is Right.
Every week leading up to the week of the Cowboys home game, AJ and Rob toss out a Cowboys player and a stat from the upcoming home game. Passing yards, rushing yards, number of times Dak adjusts his wristband mid-play, or perhaps CeeDee Lamb mouthguard chews per quarter. Whatever, all you have to do is predict that stat, get the closest, and bam! You're headed to Jerry World with a pair of tickets to the next Cowboys home game. Think of it like The Price is Right, but instead of winning a blender, you get to scream, "How about them Cowboys?" inside AT&T Stadium. So study up, Cowboy Nation, and listen to the Morning Huddle to play. The Stat Is Right, only on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. Your home for the Dallas Cowboys is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Back here on Radio Row, Convention Center in Baltimore for Army-Navy Weekend, presented by USAA. I'm Joe Reinagle. He's Jason Minix. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Michael Kelly, the athletic director at the Naval Academy, joining us now. And you just had Tim Pernetti jump over your shoulder. Is he a good commissioner? No, I'm kidding. What's it like? I mean, your career, for people that don't know, you've run the college football playoff, led Super Bowl committees down in Florida 3 different times. Now you're the AD at the Naval Academy, which is, other than West Point and Air Force, nobody has an AD job quite like yours.
Right. No, I feel that I have the best job in college sports, certainly the best AD job in college sports. I've been really pleased with all the different opportunities I've had. But, my father was a 67 graduate of the Naval Academy, so I kind of grew up around there. I've known it's been in my DNA from day one, and it's just such a special and inspiring thing to be able to not only serve these midshipmen, but to serve our great alums and people that even aren't associated with the Academy that are just part of the armed services and look into it. The other cool thing about it is, look, there's only 2 athletic departments that have 36 varsity sports, Naval Academy and Ohio State. Ohio State has 44,000 students. We have 4,400 students. So when you think about that large percentage of students that are D1 athletes that I get a chance to serve and make sure they have a great experience, because it all fits into the physical mission of what ultimately is going to make them great officers in the Navy Marine Corps. So that's what I like about it. It's like, hey, we get a chance to win. We have a chance to compete at the level that Navy football is doing, but also all of our sports are really successful. But it really all leads into, like, they're just there to figure out how do they learn the best they can and how they have the grit to become the best officers possible.
It's such a different, I would imagine, a different atmosphere when it comes to you and a different job, athletic director wise, for you. When you come into this week, and I know there's a lot of other sports that you have to worry about, when you come into this week, though, what is that like for you? Because from everything we've heard, it's crazy this week, both at West Point and Annapolis.
Yeah, it's just really exciting because not only, the fleet and the Corps are excited about it, the alums are excited about it, the brigade itself. We had a big pep rally on Monday. They're all there with drone shows and fireworks. Kind of old fashioned in some of those ways, but it's just a whole part. It takes over the whole mindset of everybody's ever touched the Naval Academy, and it's in an era where college sports are losing some rivalries with the way conferences are growing or things that might happen. This was still the greatest rival in all sports, in every sport, and they take it seriously. But yet it's a healthy rivalry. There's some bitterness and everyone wants to beat everybody. But again, the fact that proverbially they're all going to be on the same team, they're on our team, they're fighting for America long term. That's pretty exciting.
Naval Academy Athletic Director Michael Kelly joining us here on the Blitz. We're San Antonio, obviously UTSA in the American, finally on the schedule for you guys
we haven't
next
been there.
year.
We're coming next year too.
Yeah, and say I'm a Navy guy. All right, so I'm tired of seeing Army, and so is Jeff Traylor for that matter. But when you look at your role as athletic director and your counterpoint at West Point, different environment than every other athletic director because of the NIL situation. How do you guys at the Naval Academy deal with that, or do you have to with the NIL and rev share and all that fun stuff?
Yeah, just like when I just recently came from the University of South Florida, where my whole development plan was to be able to be unique and structurally sound to become a part of NIL. We were the first program in the American to have an NIL department. We were one of the better invested in terms of what they had on that side. Where you come to Naval Academy, midshipmen aren't eligible for it. It's just they're already part of the service. That's just not something they can do. It's not going to change. So we just have to look at it for a way. Hey, you have to recruit. You have to look to playing to your strengths in different ways. And for us, we think we're a player development based program. That's where coaches really ultimately like to do. So in this case, I don't worry about the revenue aspect. That is what it is, and people have to adjust to that, and we just don't have to deal with it. But what I think really makes things challenging in the coaching world is the player movement, the constant player movement. And so that's also something that we don't usually have to deal with much, that we have to play to our strength. So I say that because, look, if you come to the Naval Academy and you know that you're going to do it, you're coachable, you keep getting improving, probably by the time you're a sophomore, junior, senior, you're the guy. You're not going to have to worry about someone that's going to take my place, some mercenary they're going to bring in my senior year and piss me off and screw up the dynamic. And that's not to say it works everywhere else, but it is kind of comforting. So when so many programs at the P4 level are really not even recruiting high school players as much as they used to, they're actually just taking guys from the American, from UTSA and USF and others. this is a chance where you kind of have to play that strength. So you have to kind of play to the player development. And we're able to now recruit. We're getting high school athletes because of that are listening to our opportunity a little bit more. Because they're just not, there's more. So as a result, I think we're seeing us getting higher rated pure athletes that are coming to the Naval Academy because they're probably at least listening to the pitch more than they ever would have had before. And so I think that's going to bode well for us. And people, when they hear the story about what you can do here, and you realize, as Coach Newberry likes to say, you get your NIL on the backside at the Naval Academy. You're going to have a guaranteed job for 5 years. You might have it for a lifetime. You're getting skills that are going to make you really successful in business or in government or in the military, whatever you choose to do. And that's a compelling story if you find the right person with the right grit behind it and the right aptitude.
Yeah, with that attitude, I mean, seriously, with that sales pitch, I would think I'd love to be a coach and be able to sell that message to a young man.
Yeah,
to come play football for us. You never know. I mean, there's been some good players come out of Navy that went on to play and do their thing. But that pitch, just saying, look, your future, you might make some money here now at Tulsa, but you got a career going here.
Yeah. And the other thing is, I mean, look, we've gone, if we win one of these last 2 games, we will have won 10 plus games for the first time in 145 years of Navy football. So that just proves that this time of all this tumultuous, we're playing really good football right now.
Can I correct you, sir? You said if. When.
Yeah. When we win both of them, would be even great. But the point on that is it's just, there's really good, you can come here and you look at this atmosphere here. So if you come to the Naval Academy, all right, we finished 7-1 in the American, first place for that. You played at Notre Dame, you play a good schedule in the American. You're at the Army Navy game, play the Air Force Navy game. Big time opportunities, still have a chance to get the CFP. We're going to Liberty Bowl in 2 weeks. So you're accomplishing just about everything you said. And then to your point, you're not getting that check maybe right now. But you're going to have an opportunity for a great career on the opposite side. So if you can still play big boy football at the highest stage, 10 million people watching this game, thanks to you guys helping promote this thing, that's still a damn good experience.
It's an incredible experience. And the other thing that, after the sophomore year, I think a player is eligible at that point to transfer out. Right. But you've got a one-way portal. People can't transfer in, right?
Yeah, or it takes an uber commitment. You basically have to go back to be a freshman again and go to plebe summer. So it's very rare that would happen. But, yeah, you basically have to make your ultimate call by your sophomore year. Or if you leave after that, you truly will have to pay the government back, which is fair. I mean, we as citizens are giving these young men and women a great academic and leadership opportunity. So and we're funding that, so they should have to pay that back.
I have to ask this question because Navy came really close to winning the American. Mm-hmm. I mean, and college football playoffs is a possibility. What would happen to this game? Would anything happen to this game if Navy took that next step and was a college football playoff participant?
Well, it's something that we have to watch really closely for whatever might happen in the future formats of the CFP. That's where we'll have to kind of be mindful whether we have to shift or we certainly want to advocate to everybody around to kind of make sure they realize the importance of Army Navy, even besides what happens with football. If we would have won the tiebreaker because we finished 7-1 like Tulane and North Texas beat us fair and square. We didn't play Tulane, but we just lost the tiebreaker battle. But again, if that would have happened, we would have played, we played our last game at Memphis on Thanksgiving Day. We would have played last weekend against North Texas or Tulane. We would have played today against Army, and then we would play next week at wherever the heck we would have gone for the playoffs. So
absolutely.
It just makes it a little bit longer, harder run, but it's certainly something I would like to do.
Absolutely.
I very much want to be the first service academy to go to the CFP.
Yeah, go Navy. Absolutely. Your involvement with the CFP, the idea this year, Notre Dame didn't make it and then opted out of their bowl game. And their athletic director has been heavily criticized by a lot of other commissioners for making that choice. And I'm the same way. I mean, that bowl experience isn't going to happen. Those seniors did not think their last game was their last game. They at least thought they'd either have the playoffs or a bowl. How does college football fix that?
Yeah, I mean, it's impacting a lot of bowl decisions. It's going to be when we find out what happens with the CFP, if future expansion or not, what's that ultimately going to mean for the bowls? I mean, I still see a good role for the bowls. We're excited to go to the Liberty Bowl in a couple of weeks. It still meets a lot of our objectives. But I was hopeful that this House settlement, when they have these contracts and the guys were getting paid to play, that it would kind of minimize this. And I guess the big scheme of things is, there's still some opt-outs, but there's not that many. I mean, but there's still some. And the fact that there's any is hard because I just happen to believe, I don't know, you knew the rules of engagement when the season started, and I'm just believe that you kind of finish what you start.
Good stuff. Michael Kelly, athletic director at the Naval Academy. Have Coach Newberry continue to recruit San Antonio. Giuseppe Sessi, Jackson Gutierrez, San Antonio guys making an impact on that Navy football
really
team.
Impactful. So we're proud of those guys, and we look forward to getting them back to your place next year.
Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you. Thanks for your support in San Antonio and home of USAA.
That's it.
Be well. Thank you.
Very nice. Very nice. Michael Kelly, the athletic director at the Naval Academy. Interesting fella, because the situation, Navy could have been in the playoffs this year.
Yep.
And what a schedule they would have had. Played in the conference championship game last week, this game this week, and then they'd have to go off and play in the college football playoffs.
Good problem to have.
Well, sure, I guess so, but my goodness.
Let's talk some Cowboys and Vikings.
You want to do that? We just got the injury report, by the way, and so we'll let you know who's in, who's out for tomorrow. And Brian Jones is going to join us coming up next segment as well. Interested to talk to him. He's always an interesting dude. That is for sure. We're on Radio Row, Army Navy. Yep, it is that weekend. Presented by USAA. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
And you think about that Sunday night game, Cowboys and Vikings. CeeDee Lamb cleared concussion protocol. He's going to play. So think about what kind of impact he can have as you're filling out and putting together your pick'em entry at Underdog, at the best place to get in on all the action, make your picks, and win money in Texas. All you have to do is choose higher or lower on predicted stats. I always like to think Dak Prescott higher. George Pickens this week. Do you think he'll go higher or lower? Schottenheimer's talked about more impact in being more true to the run game. So what is Javonte Williams going to do? Get all your picks right. You can win up to 5,000 times your cash. So download the Underdog app. Use promo code STAR to score $75 in bonus entries when you play your first $5. That's promo code STAR at Underdog. Make picks, win money.
Must be 18 plus and present in Texas. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Monday on the Morning Huddle, week 15 almost in the books. We've got one more, but how did the Cowboys look?
That Emirates Cup, was it great or was it just a passing fancy? We'll talk about what the Spurs did. Oh, by the way, we got some college playoffs just a week away. Get here early. Party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Mornings 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
The John Clay Wolf Show. Here's what's going on in the Wolfpack.
Rollins, were you at the fight?
To tell you the absolute truth, no one called me.
Were you just sitting there on your couch?
Technically, I was laying in bed with my supermodel wife in a mattress full of money. And
was she nude or was she clothed?
She was nude.
She was nude.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You should have seen it. You guys should have been there.
The John Clay Wolf Show.
Listen to the John Clay Wolf Show, Saturday morning at 8 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Flight by Yingling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling and Son Incorporated. Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Blue Star Tequila, the world's first and only 100% night harvested agave. And you might be saying, well, why do I care when it's harvested? It allows the agave to be harvested while it's resting and out of the brutal heat. Benefits to workers who would normally work into the heat of the day. It's just better for the flavoring. And speaking of flavoring, it's 100% additive free. No flavoring, sweetening, or coloring added, and it's unfiltered. Live your life unfiltered and do it with Blue Star Tequila. Find Blue Star Tequila at Alamo City Liquors, Costco, Specs, and Total Wine.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products or compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want to boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Turn things all the way up and find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy.
Oh, no.
Ah,
That's the sound of someone who's misplaced
My debit card.
their debit card.
Where'd I leave that thing?
Not at the gas pump, or the checkout counter, or the roof of your car. Now, if he has the Chase mobile app, he can use Card Lock.
Wait, I could just lock my card.
Yep, just a few tippy taps on his phone, and that sound? That's peace of mind from Chase.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank N.A. member FDIC.
At Audion Hearing, our mission is simple: to make better hearing affordable for everyone. This Christmas holiday, enjoy exclusive savings on our high-quality rechargeable hearing aids. Clear, comfortable, and ready to use right out of the box. And here's a study worth hearing. Research shows that wearing hearing aids can reduce your risk of dementia by up to 61%. Join over 1 million happy customers and shop Christmas holiday deals before they're gone at audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
By texting 24700, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from J. Crew Factory. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at jcrew.com.
At J. Crew Factory, we think shopping should be fun, really fun, as in scoring our exclusive collection of classic styles for the whole family at prices that can't be beat. And today, save even more. Just text GIFTING to 24700 to receive an extra $25 off your purchase of $75 or more at your nearest J. Crew Factory store. This holiday season, discover perfect presents for you and your crew. Shop cozy matching pajamas, toasty sweaters, amazing outerwear, festive accessories, and so much more. Get in the spirit at J. Crew Factory, where we have incredible deals every single day. Visit jcrewfactory.com to find your nearest San Antonio area store today. But first, get an extra $25 off your purchase of $75 or more when you text GIFTING to 24700. Text GIFTING to 24700 to get your $25 off coupon. That's GIFTING to 24700. See a store associate for details.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home for Texas A&M football. Saturday morning, December 20th at 11, the Aggies host the Miami Hurricanes, presented by Just Pots. Pre-game at 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
We're back here in Baltimore, Radio Row, the Convention Center, Army-Navy weekend, presented by USAA. Having a great time, man. It's still a big lineup of guests coming your way, including RG3. Tim Pernetti is coming up as well. Brian Jones will join us here in about 10 minutes or so. So a lot to do as we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Of course, on Sunday night, Cowboys and Vikings, they're at Jerry World. And for the Dallas Cowboys, it's pretty simple. They've got to win out and hope Philadelphia loses too. Which you look at the Cowboys and their schedule, it's possible. The Eagles losing too is, you don't just know what Eagles team is going to show up. But the Cowboys know that. So in a lot of ways, for the Cowboys, the playoffs start on Sunday night. They know they cannot afford to have a setback. Now, granted, math, if the Eagles somehow lose out, sure. But, I mean, you know, let's be real. And one of the concerns, especially coming off of last week's loss to Detroit, and it has been an issue. This is a high-powered, should be high-scoring offense. They settled for 5 field goals against Detroit. You know, I mean, sure, they scored 30, but 15 of those were off the leg of Brandon Aubrey. Dak Prescott was talking yesterday about the obvious, and it apparently has been quite the topic of conversation is trying to get off to faster starts. They know that's what they have to do.
Yeah, self-inflicted wounds, and anytime they're self-inflicted, it's through your preparation, it's through the week of practice, and just the communication, doing the simple thing right, obviously knowing not only the play, but, you know, the reads and the nuances of the plays and adjustments that could happen. And I would say just players all took turns, including myself, on different plays as we approached the red zone on different drives that ultimately didn't end up in us getting enough touchdowns over field goals. But we have a hell of a kicker who kept us in and gave us a chance. I mean, without him, it would have been a whole lot worse, I would say. But, yeah, we just got to finish better in the red zone, and it's a different game.
That's been I'd say a big problem. It has been a problem for the Cowboys, finishing in the red zone. That's something they're going to have to solve. And let me just go back to say, don't say the Cowboys are in a playoff game. All right, don't say or treat it like a playoff game because they don't do well when they're in playoff games.
You don't want playoff press.
No, I don't.
I get you.
All right.
But again, it's interesting because Dak started that answer talking about the slow starts and immediately reverted to their issues in the red zone. Both are problems, and with an offense like this, they should. I mean, they're designed to score more than 30. You score 30 in the NFL, you should win those games.
Yep.
And yet they still lost by 2 touchdowns last time out against Detroit. Brian Schottenheimer this morning on the Morning Huddle with Rob and AJ, brought to you by AA Best Bail Bonds, talked about the need to get off to a faster start.
And quite honestly, we've not started very fast this year, and I do feel like, anytime you can get a lead, it's a good thing. But at the end of the day, I am a believer that the game always swings back to where, because that's really what the league wants, right? They want these games to be close in the fourth quarter. And I'd love nothing more than to start fast in this game. But I do think no matter how it starts, whether it's down 21-0 against Philadelphia or third play of the game against Kansas City, you throw an interception and they go 2 plays later for a touchdown, you got to keep playing because games are truly won and lost in the fourth quarter.
Well, well said, Coach. You're exactly right.
Coach, speak 101.
Well, I would say, yeah. I don't think you want to get down 21-0 to anybody. Again, coming back against Philadelphia, that was a great comeback and great win. But that's not a good idea, and I don't think the strategy there works out too well. And you certainly don't want to throw a pick 6 early in a game and fall behind either. If you're the Cowboys, it'd be kind of nice for them to play from ahead for a change.
It would be. And, the good news for the Cowboys is they played on Thursday, so, the whole 10 days off. CeeDee Lamb going to play. And it'll be interesting to see what Minnesota does defensively if you've got CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens out there, because obviously George Pickens is coming off his worst game as a Dallas Cowboy. And CeeDee Lamb, in talking to the media yesterday, thought the criticism of his teammate was a little over the top.
Just feel like they were waiting on him to have a bad game. It was quiet all season when he was averaging 100, 110, doing crazy things. But like the one opportunity that he didn't step up to their appreciation. And I feel like for us to come out victorious, it wasn't just all on him. I mean, once one of us go out, the coordinators are very smart. It's not like I go out and they stay playing the same coverage. They're gonna lean coverage for us and they're gonna cheat. They're gonna do different things. People are smart. People understand football. I don't know why. It's like a I don't know. People just act like it's just night and day. It's they got jobs too over there. And people don't want to get fired, and they know if they let G spin by himself, somebody's getting fired.
G what? What do you call him?
G-spin?
G-spin?
Is that what he said?
I'm not sure.
I don't know.
G-spin. Okay, that's a new one, man. At least we learned something today.
No, G-spin, as in if they let George play spin by himself.
Okay. See, we needed a young fella to come in and explain it to us, Minix.
Yeah, you did.
No, you did. By the way, Tyler Guyton is out this week. Just letting you know. That was the official Jadeveon Clowney, Trayvon Diggs, Jake Ferguson, all questionable for this game Monday night or Sunday night.
Ferguson, it would be one that could be a little concerning just when you think about the offense and his importance in Schoonmaker. So hopefully he's good to go. And Nate Thomas is going to have a bigger game. Now, it's interesting, what's going to happen with Diggs. Now, we all know what Brian Schottenheimer said earlier this week about Trayvon Diggs. Diggs said today he expects to play. He said today he hasn't felt this good in a long time. Let's go back. Brian Schottenheimer, earlier in the week, says to get on the field, you got to do everything right. And it kind of made it sound like, well, Diggs hasn't done anything right. Go back to what Stephen Jones told us yesterday here on the Blitz. Well, this morning on 105.3 The Fan, Jerry Jones was asked if there are some contract issues that are affecting things with Trayvon Diggs.
Not that I'm aware of in terms of whether he's, contractual and injury are pretty clear cut. And if you can't go because you're hurt, then that usually does not impact your contract. And so, again, there's a lot of details in. There's incentives. He could lose an opportunity to make some incentives. All of those things are there. I couldn't and wouldn't, frankly, answer that specifically this morning.
Yeah, I don't know what to think here. I mean, I guess we're going to have to wait and see if he's on the field.
Well, I mean, Jerry was asked, do you think Diggs is going to play Sunday night?
Well, I'll cut right to it. Does his physical injury allow him to compete like we know Trayvon can compete? It boils down to that right there. And he's been working through that. We've been working through it with him. Bottom line is, it really does mean we'll see how they look the day of the game.
There you go. So it's a game time decision, as they like to say in the NFL.
Well, again, think about Trayvon says he feels great. Hadn't felt this good in a long time. Trayvon says he expects to play. You had the coach say, well, he's got to do everything right in the meetings and in the practice field. Stephen Jones was tight-lipped yesterday. Jerry, and again, he was asked about contract. Now the incentives. There's the business side. Now we've speculated, don't let him play so he doesn't get hurt so you can trade him or cut him without an injury settlement, because he could be one of those designated post-June 1 cuts, and that would save the Cowboys a lot of money. And again, Sunday, if he's out there, all right, everything's good. If he's not out there, that's going to raise even more questions, because now you have Diggs saying, I'm healthy, I'm ready. And then Schottenheimer is going to have to explain, if he's healthy and ready, why he wasn't playing.
Yeah, and that will be interesting. We'll see if Schottenheimer continues to be as open as he was at his press conference on Wednesday, because it clearly sounded that day that he was fed up with whatever Trayvon Diggs was not doing. And he made that statement. And Stephen Jones did nothing to squash that when he was on with us yesterday. So I guess we'll see if it's an attitude problem, or do they need him out there, and will he be out there? We'll see.
And again, it is something to watch for so many things, as there always are when it comes to the Dallas Cowboys. Again, Cowboys and Vikings on Sunday night. Of course, you'll be able to listen to that game right here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, as Brian Jones is joining us here on the Blitz as soon as he gets some headphones on, ready to go.
You got me tripping and stuff.
All the way.
Can't make it easy on you.
How you turn the volume down, these bad boys?
Yes, that guy.
Yeah, we got an engineer right here. There you go.
Turn that down.
How's it going?
Great.
Good?
Wait a minute, turn it down. You don't have radio ears yet? You don't need it as loud as it could possibly go?
No, not anymore.
Not anymore?
This the old me.
Old you.
How y'all been?
We're good. How you doing?
I'm outstanding, man. Good to be inside. It's cold out there.
Well, it's stupid cold.
Yeah, back home is 73 today.
I know.
Texas guys, man. Although, I got to say, every year, you're always the best dressed guy. And for a guy that lives in Austin, you have more coats than you should.
Well, I didn't know. I lived in New York for 5 years.
Okay.
I've worked there for 21 years. So you got to cover up, man. Come on.
Dude, I don't know how y'all do it. I'd see y'all sometime like tomorrow. You're going to be outside? Woo!
Just think about me.
I will.
Bring me
a hot chocolate?
Something. Just pour it on me.
So, Brian, when you're out there, because you were out there for how many hours doing a pregame show?
We'll be out there. Pregame is 30 minutes, luckily, and then we're done. We just walk around and watch the game like the rest of them. But yeah.
So I mean, long johns to get those.
I got my
the body warmer.
I got my long draws.
Yeah.
Gotta have your long draws.
And then on that set, you got heaters going, right?
You know what? We were complaining about that today. I was like, wait a minute. The NFL guys would have heaters. Where are our heaters? No heaters.
No heaters.
What?
Dude, that's not right. What's
Thank
CBS
you.
tking? I mean, seriously.
Tripping.
Yeah.
Straight up. Tripping.
Your agent needs to negotiate a heater in your next deal.
Bing.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah, absolutely. Brian, there's so many things we could talk about.
Oh, man.
Where do you want to start?
Well, let's start in Austin, since you live there, former Longhorn. The way this year went for Texas, and the fact that they didn't make the playoffs, and quite honestly, when there was all the debate and Sark was campaigning, I was like, dude, you didn't earn it this year. You didn't earn it this year.
Ding, 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 ding. Made the bed, lie in it. I was so off-putting to hear our head coach saying, well, we just threatened to not play highly competitive teams. And that ain't the Texas way. We don't run from competition. Are you kidding me? You got this big old sign in the facility that says the pride and tradition of the University of Texas will not be entrusted to the weak nor timid. And yet you're out here threatening to duck competition. Nah, that runs contrary to everything we do. So I didn't like hearing that message. You're right. We made the bed. You have to lie in it. You weren't deserving of this year. I don't care how many different scenarios you come up with. No. And Alabama didn't deserve to go. But SEC commissioner, he got out there and strong-armed some folks mad about last year. And then you got the other, the biggest pocket of untapped air right there co-signing, and that bald-headed dude, you know who I'm talking about. So but this committee, they're not off the hook because each and every year they trample upon precedents they've set previously. I don't get it. And the whole Miami Notre Dame debacle, Miami beat them head-to-head. That's the number one most important data point. There's no way you put Miami behind Notre Dame. So they screwed up as they do each and every year, and I knew it was going to happen again. Someone would get hosed. And here's the deal. If they would do that to Notre Dame, maybe the biggest brand known to man, no one's off limits. No one. And I thought Miami should have gotten in. I thought Notre Dame would get in over Alabama. Tell me this, guys. I mean, you play in a conference championship game, and they say it shouldn't matter, your record. Yes, it should. If it can benefit you, it should be able to penalize you too. And you have -3 yards rushing. Does that scream a championship football team?
No. And Brian Jones here on the Blitz. The other part, if we don't get our way, we're just going to quit and go home. Right. And that pisses me off. And granted, all these, if they play in a conference championship game and lose and don't go to the playoffs, then they'll want to stop playing in the conference championship games. Make sense. But Notre Dame has a sign that says play like a champion that they have to edit now. Unless we don't get our way, then we'll go home. What the heck?
I'm with you 100%. That should matter unless we're going to start handing out participation trophies. Just say that, Greg Sankey. For all my teams that go to the conference championship, you don't win, we just give you a participation trophy. It doesn't matter that you lost. You're not going to be penalized. And if you don't want to go and possibly lose, forfeit it. Let someone else go. And Notre Dame, you're right. You can't take your ball and go home. There are players on that team that could benefit playing in a bowl game. The locale where that bowl game is going to be held, they're banking on those dollars and that influx of tourist money coming in for the hotels, for the restaurants, and you've just deprived them. And I know they're not thinking that far downstream, but they at least should be thinking about the guys on that roster that haven't had as much playing time as ideally you would want them to have. And this is an extra game for you to provide that type of experience. So it's this year. My high school coach's son is a retired Marine Lieutenant Colonel Isaac Whiskey Lee, and he put it best. He said the 2025 college football season has been the best reality show ever. He is right on point. It has been nutty, and it just got nuttier, a few days ago with the Michigan stuff, everything that's going on with all these coaches being fired early, mid, late season. I mean, it's just been one for the ages.
I want to talk to you about that, but I got to vent just a minute because I've already seen where the committee came out. If Notre Dame's number 12, they're going to get in regardless.
That's stupid.
What the hell does Notre Dame have pictures of somebody? I mean, seriously.
How can you say that?
I know.
You're supposed to play the game and we talk all meritocracy, all that bull dookie, and yet you're going to have a MOU over here that if you just in this spot, you're in. No, man. You got to look at the totality of the record. Are you kidding me? No.
I like that apparently a lot of athletic directors are doing the freeze out. Well, then we won't schedule you. We'll do what we can. Because in reality, this is the, again, talked about, but they need to be in a conference. And the fact that their athletic director, I mean, you talk about a crying baby. What was the other commissioner supposed to do? Not lobby for a member of his conference, as opposed to somebody
who's a de facto member?
Well, no, every other sport but but football, right? Well, that doesn't give you the benefit in football of having that conference commissioner's bandwidth, right? I mean,
no doubt.
It's just the babiness that you're getting from Notre Dame.
Grown men, right? These grown-ass men over here crying like that and saying, we're going to take our ball and go home. I'm with you guys. This MOU is the dumbest thing ever. Going back to you got to earn it on the field, and we always laud sports because we keep score for a reason.
Yes.
Yeah, and now you're saying take that out of the equation. If you just hit this spot, you're in. No, you can't. There's no way how you can make decisions or deals such as that. No.
All right, Brian, what is your whole take on this Michigan thing, man? It is just a disaster at Michigan, is it not?
Time to go. Well, I'll start here. What pains me is those coaches on that staff.
Yeah.
It had nothing to do with this. And now they're possibly out of a job. And the kids in that locker room.
Yeah.
Now, do they transfer? Do they stay? They came because they wanted to play for this particular coach. And, what other heads are going to roll? Because apparently there was an investigation done and things were denied.
Uh-huh.
And now things changed Monday when additional information was shared. And that's why you had what went down Wednesday. So it's just a terrible ordeal all the way around, man. So you have to feel for Coach Moore. There's some mental things going on there because to go to those links as he did reportedly, something terribly is going on upstairs, and so you pray for him. But definitely those remaining coaches and the kids in that locker room, man, it's just a terrible situation.
It really is. And again, you talked about the reality show of the 2025 college football season.
That put a button on it.
Yeah, that was the episode
did, right?
we didn't expect we were going to see, right? I mean, holy cow, right? I mean, it happens that way. Now, as we get ready to start the college football playoffs, obviously Tulane is in, so is James Madison. Make sure Tim Pernetti's not around. Nobody gives Tulane or JMU a chance to win these games.
Tulane will play better than they did in the first iteration versus Ole Miss. Earlier in the season, quarterback only had a couple games on his belt at Tulane, Resloff. But I think they'll play better. And, of course, Ole Miss is dealing with some distractions. Even though they've shipped some more offensive guys, coaches back to Oxford. So we'll just have to wait and see. I know Tulane is fired up for this rematch, and they think they're going to have a much better showing. But, yeah, on paper it looks as though Ole Miss should win this one again. JMU, their PR people are having a blast. Everything they're tweeting out, man. And they showed some Oregon plays in slow motion. I said, wow, these Oregon guys are really slow. I mean, it is a trip the way they've just embraced their underdog status, and it's fun, though. I love that. But they've got this quarterback, Alonzo Barnett III. He can ball. Mac Brown found out a couple years ago when they went to UNC and knocked them off. So they've got some players. They're not going to have enough firepower to deal with Oregon, man. That's a very good football team.
So what do you do in that situation? Because Tulane, they'll play better, but I don't think they're going to beat Ole Miss. And then you got JMU. What do you do? Do you still allow those teams? My problem with it, Brian, is I think they try to make it like the NCAA basketball tournament where the smaller teams can upset the bigger teams. I just don't think that's the case in football.
I agree with you, and they're going to have to expand. So if you still want to throw those teams a bone, okay, you're still in the dance, but you're going to have more of the big boys. Vandy could win a few games in this playoff. Texas could win, possibly a few games in this playoff. Notre Dame the same. So have all those guys in, but still make room for the little guys as well.
I see. I don't want to make room for the little guys.
Okay.
I want them to have their own bracket.
All right.
You're a Texas guy. Class 6A Division I, Division II based on enrollment. Have a Power 4 playoff and have a Group of 5 playoff. It will sell on TV, and it would give a school like UTSA and San Antonio or Tulane a legitimate opportunity to win a national championship. They might win a game in this playoff and shock the world. They're not going to win 3 or 4
how about
and hoist
this?
the trophy.
And have them play the team just outside the CFP in a play-in game.
Yep.
Yeah.
I like that model.
I do too.
Yeah. We'll have the G5 or JMU, whatever, however it shakes out that year, play played, which should have been Alabama just outside. But this year, hey, it could be Vandy. Vandy, you play JMU see who gets in that final spot. Let's do that.
Yeah. I think that's a great idea. And a lot of people have called for the end of conference championship games and maybe have some play-in games like that to play your way in the way it should be on the field.
Yeah, I agree. On the field.
On the field.
So if you don't like the fact that you can get penalized by losing a conference championship game, get rid of them. But don't give me this malarkey about it shouldn't matter.
Yeah, BYU's calling.
Right.
Yeah. Right.
It mattered.
Yes, it mattered
in a big way. How about them Red Raiders?
How about them, man?
Man, I'm gonna have to duck into my hometown when I go home there. They got pumping their chest out.
Yes.
Good stuff. Brian Jones, Longhorn legend, CBS Sports. Stay warm tomorrow, my friend.
Dude, I will be warm. Always great seeing you
Always
guys.
Good.
Hook 'em.
There we go. There we go. Brian
Jones.
Off to the next.
Always
man.
fun,
Awesome.
man. Always fun
to
to talk to him. And when you see him on TV tomorrow, you're watching the game on CBS, he's cold.
Yeah.
He's really cold.
He's cold.
He's a pro, though. He'll get it done, but he's going to be cold.
Teeth will chatter.
No doubt about it. I always find that funny, Minnix, when we walk by those guys. And we do several times, and they're cold. Him and Neuheisel and all those.
But we're out there just as cold.
As cold.
But we can go inside.
We can.
Yeah.
They got to sit out there for a little while.
They're fine.
Man, we were having a great time, and the best is yet to come. It started with Brian Jones, but we got so much more coming. Mike Mayock's coming up. We got Harvey Grant coming up. We got Tim Pernetti coming up. We got RG3 coming up. Does it get any better than that? As we continue here on Radio Row inside the Convention Center here in Baltimore, Army-Navy Weekend presented by USAA. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Riding home with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6, KTFM Floresville, and everywhere at sasportstar.com.
If you still have holiday gifts to buy, then you're in luck. Because Macy's isn't just having a one-day sale. It's also your chance to earn Macy's money. So not only will you find great deals like ultra soft pajamas for 40 to 60% off, 20% off large and jumbo size fragrances, and over 60% off lab-grown diamond jewelry, you can also earn up to $40 in Macy's money per purchase to spend on anything in the store. But it's happening now, only at Macy's one-day sale. Savings off select styles. Exclusions apply.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want to boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Turn things all the way up and find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Billy, your gas light's on. We need to stop and fill up.
No way, Jen. Gas around here is too expensive. We can make it a little further.
Billy, listen to your big sister. You don't need to drive all over searching for the lowest gas prices. Do what I do and use Upside.
Upside?
Do you live under a rock, Billy? Upside is the hottest cashback app out there. It's free to download, and you get real cash back for every gallon of gas you buy. I use it all the time, and I've already made around $200.
You can make that kind of cash back just for buying the gas you have to buy anyway?
Yes, I'm looking at the Upside app now, and there's a gas station at the next exit offering 25 cents per gallon cash back.
Okay, I'm stopping to download Upside and fill up my tank. Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code GRAVY25 to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code GRAVY25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code GRAVY25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance.
For your free quote, call SelectQuote at 1-800-743-8080. That's 1-800-743-8080. Or go to SelectQuote.com. 1-800-743-8080. That's 1-800-743-8080.
SelectQuote. We shop. You save. Full details on example policies at selectquote.com/commercials.
America's Diamond has never sold lab-grown diamonds, and we warned our clients, friends, and neighbors that wholesale prices would crash to almost nothing. 2-carat GVS2 lab-grown diamonds are currently being traded at wholesale for $264, but some jewelers are still selling them online for $3,000 to $4,000. Repeat, wholesale $264, retail $3,000 to $4,000. Some retailers are selling 1-carat lab-grown diamonds for under $300, and others are giving them away for free with purchase. Lab-grown diamonds are very easy to detect with gemological equipment. Tens of millions of carats are produced in huge factories in China and India, using a tremendous amount of subsidized electricity supplied by coal-burning power plants. America's Diamond has only offered traditional, real, natural earth-grown diamonds that are rare, extremely beautiful, and have had real value for centuries. See our television program tonight on ABC KSAT 12 at 12:35 a.m. or right now at americasdiamond.com.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, the Spurs made a move today, a minor one, but they're waiving Riley Minix to make room for Kyle Mangus, who is signing him to a two-way contract. By the way, the Spurs are headed to Las Vegas for the NBA Cup Semifinals against the Thunder tomorrow. Tip-off there set for 8 o'clock. Victor Wembanyama is listed as probable for that ball game. And Trey Moore, former UTSA edge rusher, declaring for the draft.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
And it's Friday, and where else would you rather be, Jason Minix, than right here in the Convention Center in Baltimore? Army-Navy weekend presented by USAA. Day number 2 for us. This place is clearing out. Folks, I guess, getting done with their shows. We're still on the air, and that's really all that matters. This is the Blitz on 94.1. San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe. He is Jason.
2 hours to go, and if you're watching on YouTube as the sun is setting here in Baltimore, our background looks a lot different, earlier because there are all these windows in the Baltimore Convention Center. It was bright as hell, and I was like, man, did they turn off the lights? No, it's the sun disappears really early in these parts, but the background almost looks like we got one of those fake TV walls behind us.
It really does, but it looks kind of nice.
Although, who in the hell would want an exit sign right behind you?
Well, you wouldn't want that, of course. You'd have to adjust, but they, beggars can't be choosers, that's for sure. Keep in mind, it is 5:08 here, or 5:06, I guess, here in Baltimore, where it's still, an hour behind there in San Antonio. Sun goes down really early here. I mean, it's, it looks a lot lighter on our YouTube page than it does in real life.
Yeah, it does. But to give you, if you're looking over my left shoulder, that's the stadium in the background. That's M&T. That's where and that's where we'll be tomorrow for the Army-Navy game. So when we got to walk, and Ryan goes like, walk? Where's the bus? And there is a bus.
There is a bus, by the way.
But it's really, really early, but we can walk it. And you were like, I don't walk,
dude.
Walk. It's cold. And Ryan was like, but it's right there.
Well, it's not right there.
It is right there.
It's a big stadium. Yeah, it looks like it's right there.
Oh, it's right there.
It looks like it's right there.
It's right there, Joe. You'll be fine.
It's not. It's a long way over there. Now, as the crow flies, or the raven, however you want to say it today.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah,
you've been working on that all day.
No, not really.
How you could really?
Just thought of it just now.
That's
however.
Jeez.
However, see, the problem is you can't walk straight to it. You got to go this way and then turn that way and then turn another way. I mean, it is by the time you get there,
you can walk straight.
It's 10 miles.
You walk right there. There's Camden Yards right there.
Right.
And you take a left at Camden Yards and you walk straight down and there's a football stadium.
Exactly. I mean, see the football stadium.
It's a downtown that has their sports venues. What a novel idea.
That's got to be about 10 blocks, 20 blocks. I don't know.
It's not a Vegas mile.
I'm just saying.
I mean,
well, I don't walk in Vegas.
Trust me.
Except from one table to another.
I got you, but again, it's not. Are you getting on the 8 a.m. bus, or are you walking over at 10?
I'm not getting on an 8 a.m. bus. No.
So you're walking over at 10.
I guess I'm going to have to do that. Yes,
the entire way.
Of course. Why wouldn't I?
Exactly.
Why wouldn't I, bitch?
Yeah. I mean, get a heated vest, and you won't. The heated vest is fantastic.
You know, last night we were walking home, and there was a
lot of bitching there, and I was one.
There was a hurricane blowing in our face. I'm telling you, the wind here is incredible. Who knew the wind blew this hard in Baltimore? I had no clue.
You know, there's like an ocean right there.
I don't care. That's not an ocean. It's a harbor. There's a difference.
Yes, but there's water.
Yes.
And wind travels on water without buildings to break it up. I mean, once you turn the corner, it was fine. But that one block that we did, and it was brutal
block. Uphill, 50-mile-an-hour winds blowing at you.
It didn't move your hair. You were fine. But it just
takes more than 50 miles an hour, dude.
You did do hurricane coverage at one time, but it just snipes through you. Speaking of your time as a weatherman, you got a text from your good friend Bill Taylor, the weatherman at Ken's TV. We always give you a lot of crap because when we're out somewhere, people always think you're Bill Taylor.
Yes. So I thought this was kind of funny, and I try to tell you guys that this happens to him too. And I'll find his tweet here. He says he texts me and he says, good morning. He said, for the second time in about 3 weeks, someone asked me, so how are you enjoying retirement? So, see, they confuse him for me, too. It's not just me for him.
Well, that or they stopped watching, so they retired from watching Bill Taylor on TV.
I don't think so.
No, Bill Taylor says every now and then they'll ask him what the score is.
Second time in 3 weeks?
Yeah, you get it 3 times a day. It's crazy. Even here in Baltimore.
3 times a day. I haven't gotten it once here in Baltimore.
Well,
Mannix, don't tell stories,
the plane.
Don't tell. The plane?
Well, the plane here to Baltimore from San Antonio.
No. There were 3 guys that came up to me and said hi, and they all knew my name was Joe Taylor.
Exactly.
Did you tell him about your Wiener Schnitzel story from the other week when he was out?
Holy cow, dude. What are you talking about?
What? The lady at the Wiener Schnitzel?
Oh, yeah, I didn't. You were gone last week, and I decided to get me and Pledge some chili dogs from Wiener Schnitzel.
All right.
And I ordered them, and this lady comes up and yes, well, maybe I'm exaggerating, but she says, "What are you feeding the whole weather department?" I'm like, no.
Mike Mayock is going to bail us out of this conversation.
Is he a weather guy?
No, he's a football guy.
Mike Mayock. Yes, he's coming up next as we continue our coverage from Radio Row here in Baltimore. Army-Navy Weekend presented by USAA. This is a Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
1, 2, 3, come on! South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Sunday night at 7:20. The Cowboys take on the Minnesota Vikings at home in Arlington. Pre-game at 6. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds, the Davis Law Firm, Hornitos Tequila, Connecticut, and Jim Beam.
How about you, Cowboys?
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
Cowboys game Sunday night, all the NFL on Sunday. On Saturday, the Army-Navy game. The Spurs in Las Vegas against Oklahoma City. Game's going on about the same time. You need a place that has a lot of TVs. I know the place. It's the Roop up there at 281 and Redland Road. No better place to go watch any big game, any big fight than the Roop because of those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. And when you go to the Roo Pub, go hungry. The food, incredible. Love the fried shrimp over there. They have the biggest and best wings in San Antonio. About 15 different burgers on the menu. They've got chili dogs to feed the entire weather department, too. So we needed a late-night meal. Don't go to a drive-thru. Get into the Roo Pub there at 281 in Redland Road. Kitchen is open late every day with the full menu available. Happy hour weekdays from 11 to 6. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
Hey, it's football season, and your furry MVP deserves a win. Hey, it's Rob, and reminding you, Bluebonnet Bunk and Biscuit in Selma is a luxury pet care resort with over 17,000 square feet of fun, plus training, spa days, and acres to play. Book today at 210-750-1298.
Discover the newest place to play at Top Golf New Braunfels, now open at 427 Creekside Way in the New Braunfels Town Center. This no golf knowledge needed experience is for everyone and is all about bringing more play and more fun. Top Golf New Braunfels features new games, new food and drink, a 9-hole mini golf course, and half-off gameplay Monday through Thursday. Take a swing with Top Golf's exclusive golf club, The Sure Thing, designed to make golf less hard for beginners or those whose game just isn't that great. Come play around at Top Golf New Braunfels.
Legendary doesn't happen by chance. It happens because it's what BetMGM does. Sign up for BetMGM and check out all the exciting new ways you can make this football season unforgettable. Enjoy our all-new app design and same-game parlay builder, which will take your experience to a new level. Earn BetMGM rewards points from your bets. Take advantage of football promos found nowhere else, like a second chance offer on a first touchdown bet, and keep an eye out for rewards dropping in your account throughout the season. Never settle for ordinary. Sign up today. BetMGM. Make it legendary. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. Must be 21 years of age or older to wager. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Available in the U.S. For New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. For Arizona, 1-800-NEXT-STEP. For Massachusetts, 1-800-327-5050. For Iowa, 1-800-BETS-OFF. For Puerto Rico, 1-800-981-0023. Subject to eligibility requirements. Promotions may vary by market. In partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
I can't believe how spotless my floors look after using the Swiffer Power Mop. No more dragging around a heavy mop and messy bucket. Now I get the same deep clean without all the work. Thanks to the powerful solution and scrubbing pad of the Swiffer Power Mop, dirt and grime don't stand a chance, and I don't break a sweat. Mic drop. Mop drop.
Swiffer Power Mop. Swiffer Power Mop.
A smarter way to mop. Try it or your money back.
Makita knows that pros never settle, and neither do we. With Makita, you get tools that perform at the highest level on every job without compromise. Makita is for the most detailed pros, expertly engineered to deliver precision, job after job. When your work calls for the best, call on Makita. Makita, built to be the best. Available at the Home Depot.
San Antonio, the holidays are here, and so are the perfect gifts. The Dallas Cowboys Pro Shop has everything you need to shop for everyone on your list. Jerseys, hats, hoodies, jackets, and more, all ready to wrap and put under the tree. Find them at any of their 4 locations: River Center, North Star Mall, Ingram Park Mall, and Hebner Oak Shopping Center. They're open 7 days a week. Holiday shopping made easy. Only at the Dallas Cowboys Pro Shop.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Monday on the Morning Huddle, week 15 almost in the books. We've got one more, but how did the Cowboys look?
That Emirates Cup, was it great or was it just a passing fancy? We'll talk about what the Spurs did. Oh, by the way, we got some college playoffs just a week away. Get here early. Party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Morning 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Day 2, Radio Row, Army, Navy. What a day. We are actually in the convention center today and visiting with a lot of interesting guests, that's for sure. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagle. He is Jason Minix.
And, of course, tomorrow afternoon here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, you'll be able to listen to the Army-Navy game, which means you're going to hear Mike Mayock. You get the call. Appreciate you stopping by here on Radio Row.
Joe and Jason, I appreciate you guys. I got to tell you, if somebody gave me the choice
This is my 6th or 7th Army-Navy game. If somebody gave me the choice to do a Super Bowl or Army-Navy, I wouldn't even hesitate. It would be Army-Navy every year.
You know, it really is pretty special, and it's hard to describe because this is my 4th one, Mike.
Yep.
And I go back and I try to explain just how special this whole weekend is.
Yep.
And it's really hard to describe. You got to get here. It is a bucket list thing.
And you know what's great about it, Joe, is that it's not even just about the game. And I'm a football guy.
Yeah.
I mean, but it's not just, to me, it's about pregame. They have the walk-on with the Corps Cadets and then the flyover. And even though I know it's coming, I get choked up.
Yeah.
And then after the game is the best when both teams go down to each other's end zones, arm in arm. You're the guys who beat the crap out of each other for 3 hours. They sing each other's alma mater. And visually, you look at that and you go, someday they could be protecting us together.
Yep.
I mean, it's powerful. And if you respect America and what this means, it's really powerful.
It really is. Mike Mayock joining us here on the Blitz. And again, we'll have the game tomorrow. I know you've been doing all the prep. So keep in mind, Jackson Gutierrez from San Antonio, Giuseppe Sessi from San Antonio.
Yes, sir.
I'm a Navy guy. Now, granted, my dad was retired Army. My brother went Army. I was smart, wanted to beat you my business. So
that's awesome.
I went Navy. But as you've done your prep, knowing it's a rivalry game, how much do you say, okay, on paper, Navy should roll, but it's a rivalry game?
Well, if you said on paper Army or Navy should roll last year, you'd be screwed, right?
Yep.
I mean, Army had only lost to Notre Dame at that point. They had the Joe Moore offensive line of the year. Okay, which means the people listening, it was the number 1 offensive line in the country. And then Navy came out, and a guy named Landon Robinson, their nose tackle, destroyed that Joe Moore offensive line. He had 13 tackles. They even snapped him a fake punt. He went 29 for a touchdown. So if you think you know what you're talking about, that's why I kind of laugh when I do these things. Like, I've watched a ton of tape for this game, and I watched the Air Force game because you see a similar athlete and similar offense and defense, but other games too. And I think I know what's going to happen. I feel like I know but at the end of the day, I have no idea.
Right, exactly. What do you see when because, forever Army, Navy, it was just like run the football, triple option. That's kind of evolving a little bit, isn't it?
Well, let's go back a year, the Army-Navy game, right? Army comes in really heavily favored. They have an offensive coordinator named Drew Cronick at Navy. And his dad was a wing T coach. My dad was a wing T coach, okay? I played for my dad, so I know the wing T inside out. And they brought him to Navy to kind of incorporate the wing T with the triple option tenets because they wanted to be a little bit more diverse. They wanted to throw the ball a little bit more, be a little more effective. And that's what they've done. But at the end of the day, whoever wins the line of scrimmage controls this football game every year, no matter what you call it. I would tell you, and I agree with the fact that Navy's got better skill possession players. Heidenreich's going to be in an NFL camp, the slot, number 22. He's invited to the East-West game. Blake Horvath is he going to be an NFL quarterback? No. Is he a great athlete and a tough kid? Yes. And they got a kid named Chapman, another senior who's really good. I mean, their skill position players are high level. Army lost their 3 best sophomores last year to the transfer portal. Edge rusher went to Georgia. Their fullback Udo went to Arizona State. Yeah, and one of their corners went to UVA.
Yeah.
So you're talking about, people ask, do they really have, what kind of athletes they have? There's a handful every year that can play.
Absolutely. Mike Mayock here on the Blitz. Shifting gears to a little NFL football. Because obviously, you know all football, former GM and all that. From your vantage point, everything that you've done in your career, we're the home of the Cowboys. When you watch how the Cowboys handle business, do business.
I get a chuckle there right away.
I don't even have to finish the question, do I?
Go ahead. You're going to finish it?
I mean, what the hell are they doing?
Look, I get a kick out of it, and I think that's what Jerry wants.
Yeah.
And I watch like some of the episodes of that Cowboy show, and it just reinforces to me that, and Jerry made the comment, and he's made it publicly beyond the show. Like, if we're not in the news, I'm not happy.
Right.
So I think he does some stuff to rile up some people. He's got some really good football people running the show, running the draft, and that's really critical. but some of the stuff they do and how they do it, the Micah Parsons thing, I didn't like. I'll be really honest. I didn't like the way they treated Micah Parsons publicly, like intimating that, how many games was he going to play because of injury. The kid had played almost every game for the Cowboys. He's one of the top 3 or 4 defensive players in the league, and I think he deserves some respect, both him and his agent. It didn't work out that way. They traded him away. I didn't think it was a great trade for the Cowboys. But then they make a couple trades at the deadline, that put them right back. Quinnen Williams is a baller.
Yeah.
I tried to trade up for him in 2019 and the Jets laughed at me. They knew who they were taking. So the way they do business is unique, and I don't use that word very often, but it's one of a kind. And they've made an awful lot of money. They've drafted a lot of good football players, but at some point, you got to get back to the Super Bowl, and that's been a long time.
Mike, it's interesting that you say that about Micah Parsons, because I think we're kind of going through the same thing with Trayvon Diggs. There's been some comments, but not only from Jerry and Steven, but even Brian Schottenheimer talking about his work ethic and stuff, and he's got to get better to get back on the field. How do you feel about publicly criticizing a player doing it that way, or is that something that belongs in-house?
I'm old school. I'm an old guy. I mean, I like the way Andy Reid does it. Andy Reid protects all his guys all the time. It's in-house. That's just the way it was handled. Regardless of what happened, Andy's got your back. There are some other organizations that don't mind publicly chiding a player a little bit. Mm-hmm. And again, sometimes I knew every time I had a press conference as the GM of the Raiders, I knew that I was my audience, forget whoever the fans were out there, my audience was my players. I wanted them to get the message that our coaches and our staff believed in, and I didn't ever want to get after a player. It's one thing to, I liked what Todd Bowles said last night after his game. He cursed. Every other word was the F-bomb. And Todd grew up in Philly like I did, so trust me, he was crusty back then.
Yeah.
But his point when you get through the whole thing was look in the freaking mirror.
Yeah.
We got to look in the mirror the way we've played. We've lost 2 games to bad teams in the last 4 days. Look in the mirror. And I think it's fine to make those kind of comments. But when you're calling out players, I think that's hard.
Mike Mayock here on the Blitz. Now, to that point, Brian Schottenheimer does everything to protect his players. So I thought it was like, you grab a Sharpie and underscore it. And again, the way he did it, he's got to show us that he can be consistent in everything he does, from practice to meetings, which really kind of indicates to me things have really gone south with that relationship.
Yeah, and I think some of those are, calling out accountability is interesting. Mm-hmm. I agree with that. And there's a fine line there, okay? And sometimes they'll walk it publicly just to kind of trigger a player, just to think we've already had the private conversations. Maybe we got to talk a little bit, like, hey, you got to practice. And, some coaches would just say, Bill Parcells would never really call guys out, but he'd say, hey, we got guys not practicing.
Yeah.
And if they can't practice, why am I going to play them on Sunday? So he didn't call you out directly, but you knew he called you out.
Yep.
So there's some of that, I think, with Shoddy.
When you look around the rest of the NFL, and I know that a lot of people are very happy that Kansas City might not even make the playoffs. Yeah. I think Kansas City fatigue. Philadelphia collapsing again. They had the same problem 2 years ago. Right. Is that just the NFL and how things roll?
The NFL loves parity. They love teams that finished last place last year coming in first and vice versa. So they love all that. What I'm a fan of is sustained excellence. And that's, when I took the job as a GM, that was kind of the goal. I'd been 18 or 20 years in the NFL network, and my job was to be in all 32 NFL buildings. And I kind of was. And I developed a lot of relationships with coaches and general managers and everybody. And I found some things that I thought were important to winning on a sustained level for years, and some things I didn't like. And teams that switch head coaches and GMs every year or two is at the top of my list. Like, that's crazy. You're never going to be a good team that way. So I kind of, over the years, have come through in my own head. And I'm not sure if I'm answering your question the way you want it.
Sure. Yeah.
Where do you want me to go here? Because I'm kind of going my own way.
No, I think you're doing a great job. I just think the NFL, and I think when you talk about teams just flying off the handle, willy-nilly firing a coach. I think that's important, and people don't understand that.
No, and it's hard because here the Eagles are. They've been in 2 Super Bowls in the last 3 years. Both against Kansas City, to your point. So there is some fatigue. And I've lived in Philly most of my life, and Philadelphia is killing the Eagles right now. They're 8-5. And they're killing the head coach, they're killing the offensive coordinator, they're killing the quarterback, and they're taking no prisoners. And I kind of go, well, Nick Sirianni's he's like 56-25 or something, and Jalen Hurts is around the same. Like, what are we doing here? Like, let's give these guys some credit. But the NFL is a league that eats its young, so you got to be careful.
Absolutely.
No doubt.
Mike Mayock. Appreciate you stopping by here on Radio Row. Have a great call and a great time.
I appreciate
tomorrow
you guys
broadcasting the Army-Navy game.
Hope you have a great day. Thanks, fellas.
Obviously, a lot of talk about Army-Navy, the game tomorrow, the weekend. Everything about it has been fantastic. But Spurs fans, we got something big coming up tomorrow night.
Yeah, the Cup game.
That's right.
In Las Vegas. Let's talk some basketball, some NBA coming up with former NBA player Harvey Grant. Yep, Horace's brother. He works for the Washington Wizards. I wonder if he gives a damn about the Cup. I don't know. We'll talk about it.
When we continue, Army-Navy weekend, Radio Row, that's where we are. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
When you need an electrician, you know Hill Electric is available for both residential and commercial needs. I've used Hill Electric for a variety of projects in my home through the years. They do fantastic work and have for well over 3 decades. The family-owned Hill Electric has served San Antonio homes and businesses. I know at my house, they've added extra outlets in the garage. They fixed a light. They've moved a light. They put a spotlight over one of the grills outside, dimmer lights in the living room. And what's great, whatever your project is, Hill Electric has the right service. They've got the right price. But get this, they give free estimates and never a service charge. So it costs you absolutely nothing to figure out what it will take to get your project done. Call Hill Electric, 210-404-9074. 404-9074 or hill-electric.com.
San Antonio Sports Stars 50K Pro Football Pick'em giveaway is back. Head to USASportsStar.com and pick the winners of each pro football game every week to earn points for each correct pick. Highest points each week wins a $25 gift card to Mellow Mushroom. Highest points overall scores $1,000 worth of tickets from A Awesome Tickets. Pick the winning ticket of every regular season game. Win the grand prize, $50,000. This is an Audience National contest across multiple markets. The 50K Pro Football Giveaway. Register and win at SASportsStar.com.
Another episode brought to you by Prize Picks. And I'll tell you, it's the holiday season. It's the best time of year for sports. The bowl games are beginning. You got college and pro basketball. You got playoff pushes all around, and it's all happening at once. There's no better place to play than at Prize Picks. I love going to Prize Picks because I get to stack different leagues. I like a football play. Let's say I like Jamar Chase this weekend. I also like Wemby with the blocks. I could add that in there as well. And you like to play the hockey as well. You've got everything there that you can stack. Above and beyond that, if you have a favorite player, you can play them in a lot of different ways. That's Prize Picks. Go download the app today, and when you do, remember the code ALAMO. If you remember the word Alamo, there's free play in there, so go download Prize Picks and remember the code ALAMO. Get your money early. You get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Again, that's the code ALAMO to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, it 'tis the season to go play on your Prize Picks, and you know why? Because it feels so good to be right.
By texting 24700, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from J.Crew Factory. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at jcrew.com.
At J.Crew Factory, we think shopping should be fun, really fun, as in scoring our exclusive collection of classic styles for the whole family at prices that can't be beat. And today, save even more. Just text GIFTING to 24700 to receive an extra $25 off your purchase of $75 or more at your nearest J.Crew Factory store. This holiday season, discover perfect presents for you and your crew. Shop cozy matching pajamas, toasty sweaters, amazing outerwear, festive accessories, and so much more. Get in the spirit at J.Crew Factory, where we have incredible deals every single day. Visit jcrewfactory.com to find your nearest San Antonio area store today. But first, get an extra $25 off your purchase of $75 or more when you text GIFTING to 24700. Text GIFTING to 24700 to get your $25 off coupon. That's GIFTING to 24700. See a store associate for details.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Rain-X wipers are the #1 wiper blades in America. That means all kinds of drivers choose Rain-X. Big drivers in small cars choose Rain-X. Small drivers in big cars choose Rain-X. Drivers with long hair and short commutes choose Rain-X. Drivers with short hair and long commutes choose Rain-X. Drivers with pets on board, babies on board, and bored babies on board choose Rain-X. Basically, drivers who love a clear view of the road all choose Rain-X wipers, the #1 wiper blades in America.
Hi, everybody. Joe Reinagle here for the Golf Club of Texas. I absolutely love the Golf Club of Texas. They've made so many improvements to the golf course, from brand new cart paths to resodding the greens and fairways. You might think it's a private club, but it's not. It's open to the public 7 days a week. Best rates are always online at golfclubtexas.com. That's golfclubtexas.com. The Golf Club of Texas, you know where it is, right there off Briggs Ranch Road off Highway 90. The Golf Club of Texas is the friendliest golf course in Texas.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149. Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments, including pills, chews, and more, 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, HIMS.com/JOY.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home for Texas A&M football. Saturday morning at 11, the Aggies host the Miami Hurricanes, presented by Just Pots. Pre-game at 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Back here on Radio Row, Army-Navy weekend. We're in Baltimore. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagle. This guy's Jason Minnick.
And while we're doing a lot of talk about Army-Navy weekend and a lot of football, let's talk some NBA with a guy from a famous NBA family, Harvey Grant, joining us here. Played in the league a long time. Twin brother, Horace. I didn't realize you guys were twins.
Yeah, identical.
I saw you earlier, and I'm like, Horace Grant's here?
Oh, no. Much better looking.
Yeah,
Come on.
That's it.
Come on, guys. Much better looking.
We got the better looking, taller brother, right? Yes, absolutely. And you're still working in the NBA with the Wizards, but your wife works at the Naval Academy.
Yes. She does with the Alumni Association corporate sponsorship.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's also Army-Navy, obviously, is a big time for her, right? And so you're getting involved as well, and it's good to see you walking around here on Radio Row.
Oh, I love it, man. You know, we love it. We sponsor, well, we started out with 4 midshipmen, you know, and now we got 8. So, you know, we allow them to, you know, unwind, you know, because their life is so intense. So they come over on the weekend when they can and just spend the night, relax, and just watch TV.
Nice.
How the reaction when a former NBA player is inviting an athlete over? And I'm going to get the way you said midshipman. It's not like you're bringing the basketball players over, right? You're just bringing students.
Well, 6 of them are basketball players.
Okay. All right.
And then 1 is a regular student, and 1 plays what you call field hockey.
Okay.
No, I'm sorry, rugby.
Rugby.
Yeah.
Well, Harvey, I hope they're smart enough when they come over that they get you in a corner and give them, I need some advice. How do I make this move or that move?
Sometimes.
With basketball out in the driveway.
That's it.
Get it done and feed them.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Hey, we go to Costco a lot.
Nothing wrong with that. Harvey Grant with the Washington Wizards, you do a lot there. So let's talk some NBA and the San Antonio Spurs. Obviously, a season going far better than we all thought it would. We thought they would be better this year. The fact that they have played so well without Vic is pretty incredible. When you're watching NBA and specifically the Spurs, what are you seeing that we're in it every day? What do you see in your impressions of the San Antonio Spurs?
I always like the discipline that they have, and then you got Fox coming back, and I forget the second year guy who got Rookie of the Year.
Steph Castle.
Yeah, you got guys, and then you got other guys, a piece of the puzzle, and they know what to do and when to do it. So. And I think Vic is still hurt, right?
Still hurt, yeah.
Might come back tomorrow.
Maybe.
Oh, really?
Might.
Yeah, it's possible.
Might. Against Oklahoma City in that
Emirates Cup thing. Yeah.
All right. So Oklahoma City's 24-1. Vic hadn't played. He's missed 12 games now? 13 games?
12 games.
Would you bring him back with an opponent like that, or just one more game, especially considering how well they have done without him?
If he's ready. I'm a big opponent. If he's ready, then you bring him back. But if he's not ready, don't bring him back because you want him for the long haul. But if he's ready now, you bring him back. But if he's not ready 100%, I wouldn't bring him back. I wouldn't want to, chance it.
Harvey, I got to ask you a question because I watch you and your brother play ball professionally, and you guys were always on the floor. And we were talking about this load management now and all of this stuff. What's going on? You're obviously not a fan of that.
I can't even say the word. No, and I was just with my brother yesterday in Chicago. And, we talk basketball all the time. He and his finger, one of his fingers is so messed up. And he was like, you remember when I messed my finger up and the trainer taped it up. And then, but now guys, if their finger get messed up, they want to be out 2 weeks. And then, I don't want to play today, but I'm making $40 million. Mm-hmm. No, that's not how it's supposed to be.
Not at all.
No, the fans pay to come see you play, and they save their money, for their kids to come see you play. And then one day, I don't feel like playing. That little boy or girl be like, I can't believe, I'm just using Steph.
Sure.
Steph he didn't play because of load management. Yeah. I can't say the word.
See, if you're hurt, I get it. Mm-hmm. But now, granted, it started in San Antonio with Pop, right?
Yeah,
I love Pop.
It did, and the philosophy was, December's important, but not as important as May. And I get that, but look, diets are better, travel is better, right? I mean, and now you're making things up, like I didn't know what plantar fascia. I thought, he made it up. Turns out it's real, but at one point Timmy was listed as a DNP old. At least he was honest about it.
At least he's honest. I love Pop, but Pop, come on, man. You can't come on, man. Come on.
Yeah, he kind of started that whole thing, that's for sure. You just look around the league itself. And I want to ask you this because I won't tell you my feelings on it. This whole Emirates Cup thing. Are you a fan of that? And I know the players get some extra money if they do well, but I just do we need something like that to make the game more interesting?
What is it? They just playing. So what is a Emirates Cup or whatever? What is it? I'm talking about.
It's sponsorship money for the NBA.
I guess that's what it is.
Well, that makes sense.
Now there's a trophy on the line. Only the Lakers have hung a banner for winning the thing. Now there's money on the line, and and I saw Chet Holmgren say the other day, 500,000 is 500,000.
That's money.
Right?
That's money.
Money. But I mean, I think about like a guy like SGA because Oklahoma City is likely to win this thing, even though they've got the Spurs tomorrow. Mm-hmm. You look at the contract he signed. would even notice 500,000, right? I mean, and I say that not knowing what it would be like, but yeah, it's still 500,000. I don't care. You're competing.
500,000 is 500,000, 1,000. But I think guys, like, they love to compete for something, you know, if it's 500,000 or a big trophy, or say, we beat you for the championship trophy, guys, once they are competitive, they love stuff like that.
All right, Harvey, I got to ask you, because I'm really curious, man. What was it like growing up with you and Horace? Were you guys competitive like that all the time?
Oh, my goodness. You talking about competitive at everything. And we talked about this yesterday in Chicago. He's a Pittsburgh Steelers fan.
Okay.
And I had to be a Dallas Cowboy fan.
Oh, there you go.
Nice. Back in the 70s, they was going at it, right? And his favorite basketball team is the Boston Celtics growing up. And mine was the Philadelphia 76. So we was competitive at everything.
That's awesome, man. That's
from
awesome.
Georgia, right?
Yeah, a small town called Sparta, Georgia.
Okay, so
2 stoplights.
Yeah. Well, see, as a Cowboy fan, although it's interesting, most of the teams' sports hate that I have, they all wear yellow pants. I don't like the Steelers. I don't like the Packers. I don't like the Lakers. I just don't like teams with yellow pants.
Okay. I like that one.
Nobody looks good in yellow pants.
I'm going to use that one.
Yeah, here you go, man. Just some more ammunition when you're giving it.
Are you still following the Cowboys?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. I'm a diehard. Yeah, ever since I was like 12 years old.
Nice.
Yes. I can't help it. I just, that's my team.
Can they win out?
We got a shot.
And Philly loses too?
You think Philly going to lose too, though?
Have you seen them play lately?
Yeah, they lost 3 in a row. I'm like, okay, yeah.
I mean, I'm hoping the Raiders beat them. Could you imagine?
Yeah, I'm like, keep playing hard.
Harvey Grant joining us here on the Blitz on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. He's with the Wizards here for Army-Navy weekend. Is kind of circling back to Victor Wembanyama, who's 7'5", 7'6". I mean, you're what, 6'9"?
6'9".
You don't look up to too many people. But when you watch a guy his size and what he can do on a basketball court, how does a guy that played the game that has that kind of height evaluate what he's doing?
We retired players, and we always say, often say, he's not from this world, man. He's not from this world. To be 7'5", 7'6", or whatever, to do the things that he does, come down at 7'5" and pull up for a 3, and then take you inside, left hand, right hand, dunk it, blocking shots. He's not from this world, guys. I'm telling y'all, man. And y'all got a good one down there in San Antonio.
No doubt.
You got a good one. You have a good one.
We love watching the guy play, but the game has changed so much since you played. You and Horace played. Man, I remember it was a physical game. You guys used to beat each other up back when you played, and now it's more of a finesse game, isn't it?
Yeah, it's more of a finesse game. I think the game has evolved. I always say, like, back in my day, my first coach was Wes Unseld. You talking about an intense guy, and he's like, if anybody come across the lane, you hit them, and the whole 9 yards. But now you can't do it. You can't touch. You can't. I think they should bring back hand checking. I really think they should, because right now it's just like you can't touch. You can't touch. If you touch somebody, and if you touch them a little bit, that's a flagrant foul, and then you may get kicked out of the game. I want to see, for me personally, I don't want to see 150 points.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see maybe 90 points or something like that. Now, people playing good defense, but people go up and down and shooting threes. Come on, man.
All right, so
come on.
I love it. I love it.
You still work for the Wizards.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Right.
I want to hear this.
And so I realize where you get a paycheck. All right. And we all, older guys, the get off my lawn types.
Oh, yeah.
Back in my day types.
I like that.
But I don't know if the game is it doesn't feel as enjoyable as it did. It's not the basketball I grew up with. You're still in the league, working in the league. Is when you're watching games, is it as enjoyable or is it more frustrating? Do you have more of those get off my lawn comments when you're screaming at the TV or at the game and whoever's next to you?
I have some. I have some. It just, for me, they are making a great living, and I think they deserve it. They deserve it. But at the same time, I need to see more. I need to see more. You know what? I'm not going to let you score. I don't care what you do. I'm not going to let you score. I want to see more of that. Not more. I can come down. I can shoot like 5 threes. Up and down 5 threes, and not. I let you score. I want to see like more competitiveness in the league. I want to see the hand check. I don't want. For me, I'm just talking personally.
Yep.
I don't want to see 150. For what?
Yeah.
For what?
I'm good with that. I'm good with that.
Yeah. Exactly.
We were both fortunate to see and be there for the Spurs run, early 2000s, and that's what kind of basketball it was. The best final series I ever saw was San Antonio Detroit.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
I mean, they were just banging.
Yep.
And so
Yep. And I think they need to bring that.
I agree.
Some, maybe a couple rule changes. They have to do something.
I agree.
Harvey Grant. Wizards go Navy this weekend, right?
Oh, question.
Go yes, Navy this weekend.
Yes.
Been a lot of fun, man. Thank you for jumping on with us.
Appreciate you.
Hey, thanks for having me, guys. I appreciate it.
Harvey Grant, thank you for joining us. We appreciate that. Talk a little hoops here on a football weekend, but we got to throw in some hoops, right?
I mean, because the Spurs do have a big game tomorrow in the Emirates Cup. They're in Vegas. Vic is probable, and you'll be able to listen to that game tomorrow afternoon on ESPN San Antonio AM 1250, while the Army-Navy game is here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star, so you can go back and forth.
Sure.
And I guess Vic is scheduled to talk to the media a little bit later this afternoon as well. So, again, probable, but chances are we're going to see him return. ESPN's got a article out tonight ranking the top 25 players under 25. Spurs have 3 of them. Dylan Harper, Steph Castle are both in the teens, 16 and 18, and Wemby is number 1 on that list.
Number 1 on that list.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I can't. It's hard to argue with that. It's where he should be. I'm just happy to see him get back on the floor after missing 12 games now. Happy to see him get back on the floor, and hopefully things will just roll in there and. Well, there will be no problems.
And again, it probably won't be as smooth. You have that little whistle thing going. Yeah, right? Yep. Probably won't be that smooth. What kind of minutes restriction is he going to be on, if any? I expect some sort of minutes restriction. What kind of rust? And the chemistry that the dudes have developed without him, obviously he's the best player. So you're going to, he's how much of a volume shooter is he going to be? Is he going to be more passive and work to get it? Like, that's what I want to watch. The idea of, is he trying to get everybody else involved? Is he taking things a little bit slow? Or dude hadn't played in a long time and he's got a lot of pent up energy and just tries to go out and dominate, which I don't expect because he's such a smart player. But, so many questions, but really just getting him back into the flow and getting him mid-December is, probably right on time. I mean, I know there was some speculation. Could it be, 10, 12 days from now around Christmas time? You think about that Christmas Day game, I think whatever rust and whatever, I think we're going to see around Christmas Day, which should be the real start of the NBA, because that's what they've told us for years when games really start to matter. This team, fully healthy for the first time, really take off. I can't wait to see it.
Well, I'm really anxious to see what Mitch Johnson's going to do, honestly, and how he's going to play and how he's going to fit Wemby back into the lineup and obviously his role. I mean, he's got to be the number one go-to, but I mean, as well as Steph Castle's been playing, De'Aaron Fox has been playing sensational basketball. And so with those two guys playing the way that they're playing, I mean, you can't completely go away from those guys, can you? And so that's the thing. Mitch has got a challenge on his hands. He's going to have to figure out a way to get all 3 of those guys still involved. Now, obviously, they don't expect Steph Castle to score 30 points tomorrow. because, well, Wemby's back.
Yep.
De'Aaron Fox, will he still be in the mid-20s, or does he concede his scoring and go more for a Wemby? So all of those, I mean, they're legit questions, I think. So we'll see how Mitch Johnson plays it.
Well, and again, they'll do assist numbers come up. Remember some of the games earlier in the year when De'Aaron Fox had a ton of assists. I mean, those guys are still going to score. It's got to be within the natural flow of the offense, but Wemby should be option 1 and option 2 in most cases, and just seeing him back out there. Michael C. Wright from ESPN has posted a couple of videos of them walking into the practice facility, and Wemby just looks excited. I mean, I don't know who some of those dudes are, but he's high-fiving, got a little step. I mean, he's ready to go, and because it is the Cup, whatever, I do think added competition because the money is at stake for the guys, but also they're going against Oklahoma City and nobody's giving them a chance to win.
I think it's more that you're going up against Oklahoma City and I mean, obviously the best team in the NBA right now by far. And so you've got an opportunity to test yourself against that, the best. You got to be excited about that. And I think the Emirates Cup thing just kind of is a cherry on top. You want to see how you can compete with the best in the West and the best in the NBA, and you get that opportunity tomorrow in Vegas.
And I know, since we will be at the stadium, we're probably following more on our phones than anything else. For you guys, you can split between the AM 1250 and 94.1, or if you're at a place like the Roo Pub, they'll have both games on. And you think about everything we've done here at Army Navy Radio Row. Check the audio vault at sasportstar.com, powered by AA Best Bail Bonds. If you're just getting by the radio, we talked to Miss America earlier today. She was fantastic. We talked to Mike Mayock, who's going to be on the radio call that you'll hear here on 94.1, former GM. And we've got an hour to go, and it is loaded.
Loaded hour coming up. Tim Pernetti, one of those guests, the commissioner of the American Conference, and RG3 is going to join us at about 5:15 in the next segment. So a jam-packed hour coming up. You don't want to go anywhere as we continue from Radio Row here at the Convention Center in Baltimore. It is Army-Navy Weekend presented by USAA. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, KTFM Floresville.
10-yard line. Touchdown Vegas. What a wild finish.
Your home for the NFL.
Last year, we bought over 54,000 cars from your friends and neighbors. Why did they sell us their cars? Because we pay more at GiveMeTheVin.com. And why do we pay more? Because you and I both know that your car is worth more than others will offer you. And your time is worth more too. I'm John Clay Wolf, and I created GiveMeTheVin.com. Sell me your car faster and hassle-free because you're worth more.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Blue Star Tequila, the world's first and only 100% night harvested agave. And you might be saying, well, why do I care when it's harvested? It allows the agave to be harvested while it's resting and out of the brutal heat. Benefits to workers who would normally work into the heat of the day. It's just better for the flavoring. And speaking of flavoring, it's 100% additive free. No flavoring, sweetening, or coloring added, and it's unfiltered. Live your life unfiltered and do it with Blue Star Tequila. Find Blue Star Tequila at Alamo City Liquors, Costco, Specs, and Total Wine.
It's football season, and nothing beats fresh coffee, crisp air, and that locker room energy. Hey, it's Rob reminding you that Bluebonnet Bunkin' Biscuit is just a phone call away. From Selma to San Antonio, it's luxury pet care for your four-legged MVP. With over 17,000 square feet of pet paradise, more than an acre of play outside, plus training and spa treatments, this is stadium fun for your furry family members. Call 210-750-1298. Bluebonnet Bunkin' Biscuit, where every pet's a champion.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation, so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
By texting 24700, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from J. Crew Factory. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at jcrew.com.
At J.Crew Factory, we think shopping should be fun, really fun, as in scoring our exclusive collection of classic styles for the whole family at prices that can't be beat. And today, save even more. Just text GIFTING to 24700 to receive an extra $25 off your purchase of $75 or more at your nearest J.Crew Factory store. This holiday season, discover perfect presents for you and your crew. Shop cozy matching pajamas, toasty sweaters, amazing outerwear, festive accessories, and so much more. Get in the spirit at J.Crew Factory, where we have incredible deals every single day. Visit jcrewfactory.com to find your nearest San Antonio area store today. But first, get an extra $25 off your purchase of $75 or more when you text GIFTING to 24700. Text GIFTING to 24700 to get your $25 off coupon. That's GIFTING to 24700. See a store associate for details.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
The Army-Navy game happens tomorrow here in Baltimore. If you can't catch it on CBS, you can certainly catch it right here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. 2 o'clock kickoff right here from Baltimore. Coming up next, the commissioner of the American Conference, Tim Pernetti, and the one and only RG3 is next here on the Blitz.
Sports Center brought to you by Synergenics. Book your appointment at fixmylowt.com.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Back here on Radio Row, Army-Navy weekend. We are having a great time here in the Convention Center. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagel. He's Jason Minix.
And the commissioner of the American Athletic Conference, Tim Pernetti, joining us now. And, you know, we met you last year on Army-Navy Radio Row, which is kind of, since UTSA is in the American, we figured we should have done that prior to, but we didn't scare you off. You're back.
No, I mean, they told me I had to come on with you guys. So I don't know if they gave me a choice.
We paid extra, yeah.
You know, we're not piping in noise in your headphones. You're okay.
Not that I know of.
well, UTS, I know we'll get in Army-Navy.
Sure.
UTSA, such an interesting spot. We were talking before we came on that some of the stuff that UTSA has been accused of, how much of that makes it to your office? And do you laugh at it, or is it like, oh, we got to take this serious?
Well, listen, you take everything seriously when you first receive an inquiry, but you have to consider the source.
Uh-huh.
You know what I always say is, like, if it's a Twitter handle with 12 followers in somewhere, any town, USA, you kind of grin and you bear it. But listen, Coach Traylor has done a remarkable job there, and I don't think a lot of teams want to go play in San Antonio anymore. You know, the fact that he really hadn't lost a conference game dating back to Conference USA over multiple years up until the Army game is remarkable. But we were hearing things in the office, like direct messages on social media, letters, voicemails. We don't even have phones, so I don't even know how the voicemails got through.
Letters.
Oh, you got to investigate UTSA. They're using AI. They're using illegal camera equipment. And so when I showed up for the Army game, I talked to Traylor on the field, and he's like, oh, man, I didn't know you were going to be here. I said, well, I came early to turn off all the cameras. So we had a good laugh, and Traylor's like, I don't even know, you know him. He's like, I don't even know who the hell's talking in my ear during the game, never mind being able to do anything else. But we heard a lot, but it's been remarkable how tough they are at home, you know, because I saw them at home and on the road. It's like two different football teams this
It's
year.
crazy, isn't it?
If they find some consistency, they're going to be trouble because every year they're loaded with talent, and I think Jeff is an excellent football coach.
Except Army, I think they'd like to schedule a game in the Alamo Dome every year. They've been very successful there, so they're the only team that really has. There were some coaches earlier in the season, too, though, accusing UTSA of pumping in crowd noise and making it louder in that building. Do they come to you, or is that just something they said publicly?
No, we typically hear, when they say it publicly, I really prefer that we hear it, but we hear it, typically from the football operations groups. Like, I have two great guys in my office, Jamie Hickson and Shane Elder, and they run football. And we talk to coaches every week. We field their input on officiating. They could submit plays. Like, we were really healthy dialogue. But we did hear all that stuff both publicly and privately. And like I said, we take it seriously. Like, we look into everything. But listen, our athletic directors and our administrators know what the policies are. And while I think some people might be tempted to flirt with the line, we haven't seen anything in our league to suggest any of that stuff is happening. And by the way, do you need to pump in crowd noise at UTSA? I mean, that's the loudest place I've ever been in my life.
It's crazy.
That place, that concrete holds the noise in like nothing I've ever seen.
Now, I know there's been some turnover coaches going from the American to various places, but there for a while, Jeff and the guy that was at South Florida and other Tulane, and I was just curious, do you have to play referee at the coaches meetings? Because they were getting a good little public fight going. It was fun.
Yeah, they get after each other. I think with football coaches, and, luckily for me, having had the opportunity to play in college and been around, a typical North Jersey tough guy high school coach that I played for, coaches are just a different breed of people. And they are competitive at a level that I don't think is ever seen anywhere else. In the meetings, like when we were at our spring meeting in Florida, we had all the coaches there, and I spent time with them in their meeting, and they're developing policy and suggestions. It was a great group. Like, everybody gets along brilliantly. But the minute somebody comments on somebody else's stuff, like Coach Traylor's comment about being better resourced at UTSA and utilizing South Florida as a shining example of resourcing and how it plays out, I think it was taken out of context. It was like, we need to resource better, because if we do, we can have more consistent success. Hey, look what they're doing at South Florida. They're investing a little more than we are. They're having this success. So instead of seeing it for what it is, a coach takes it as a personal attack on their program. But I think the general rule of thumb is like, talk about your program and don't talk about the other guy's program. Like, for me, someone will say, hey, the SEC. And I'm like, you know what? I'm the commissioner of this conference. I'll talk to you about the American, but I'm not going to comment on somebody else's business. Like, that's their business.
Tim, it's interesting that you bring that up, because with South Florida doing what they're doing, obviously Memphis has a lot of money with FedEx and all of that stuff. And I know you had a rule. It was a $10 million over 3 years, I believe is what it was. How do you keep the league competitive when some of the schools have much more money than others?
It's a hard situation in the industry, because I don't think that's a unique problem to the American. I think if you look at other conferences, everybody's resourced a little differently. Some are investing more or less in athletics. Like, the reality, somebody said to me the other day, college football is like the Premier League. And I've said, no, it's not. The Premier League has expense guidelines. Like, you can't just spend whatever you feel like. So you're a kid getting recruited at UTSA, and then the next weekend you go to Texas. One is spending under $100 million on athletics. The other one's spending $300 million on athletics. It's not sustainable. The minimum investment program has played out really well because everybody is ahead of schedule, which was the idea. And part of doing that is to make sure we're signaling the marketplace that we're serious about student athletes and their experience, and we're making investment in them. I think over time, maybe not right away, it will improve our retention in the league. And that's really the game, right? Instead of having the best talent for a year, you want to have them for 3. Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, the money talks in that conversation. But our schools have been smart not only to invest in rosters, but they're investing in more scholarships, and they're investing in Alston, and they're investing in cost of attendance. Like, all of those things coming together make those opportunities more attractive, and places that you not only want to go, but you want to stay.
Tim Pernetti joining us here on the Blitz on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. He's the commissioner of the American Athletic Conference.
I'm stopping you.
Yeah.
Okay? This is the second time you said athletic conference. Didn't you get my memo about the brand?
see, there's a little sheet of paper.
I don't know who did this. Give me this.
But
I'm gonna talk to the Army. Give me that.
right.
We'll talk to the Army Navy people about this. So we rebranded to the American Conference.
Yeah.
I just tried to find one of the guys down there.
Well, I was
$5,000.
looking for your mascot. He didn't come.
You looking for Soar?
Yeah, that's it. The American.
All right,
Yeah.
we're back on track.
Yeah, but it says right there on the paper. I was just reading.
Trust me, I'm
Ron
going to be
Burgundy.
doing something about
Yes, yes. In all seriousness, Tim, and you just said, most of the schools are ahead of schedule. Everybody keeps it close to the vest with what they're spending, although we saw South Florida, they were going max. You see other schools that are announcing goals. Lisa Campos on Sunday said $4 to $5 million for next year. And I'm going to play you a clip from her on Sunday because I'm curious, how does everybody keep track of it? This is what Lisa said on Sunday.
Yeah, no, the 4 to 5, as Jeff has gone out and done his research with other coaches, it really seems like that will put us in the top 3. We know that obviously USF announced the $20 million, still not clear what's going to football. So again, people are really holding this information close to the chest, and we eventually, I think, will get some accurate data and really know where we are with all this.
So we kind of hear, putting stuff together because nobody says anything, UTSA this year was way towards the bottom as far as what they were able to spend. She said $4 to $5 million could be top 3, and you listen to all these other coaches, it feels like 4 to 5 just to be competitive. What are the real numbers?
Well, I think listening to Lisa's comment, and I heard it earlier in the week, I think she's talking about football.
Yeah.
Right. I don't think she's talking about $4 to $5 million across the entire department. So my impression of it, and I haven't spoken to Lisa, is that she's talking about football. She's saying Coach Traylor, $4 to $5 million, talking about that. And what I do think is that you're going to have a couple of outliers in our league, like what USF did. I think Coach Golish had made his decision, and I think that was a little bit of a love letter to interested coaches that were serious about investing here, and it attracted some great candidates. I mean, Brian Hartline is a huge get for the American.
Yeah.
So I think that was part of it. But as it relates to where it would put UTSA, I just have to be careful about commenting on that because I know what everybody is doing, and we have reporting in place. So when we get to the end of the year, because we're tracking on that $10 million, we're sure of what everybody is doing. I think if UTSA gets football rev share to $4 to $5 million, it's going to give them a chance to be, above the middle and be competitive. And the reality with all this is you don't need to get there tomorrow, but you have to get on a trajectory where you're biting it off in significant bites every year. And that's what I've encouraged all of our ADs to do. Lisa has a challenging job because, the UTSA athletic department, this is a program that's still in its infancy a little bit. Like they're growing fast, and that requires a lot of investment and a lot of fundraising. So, Lisa's really got a lot on her back to make this work, but I admire what I like about her is that she's willing to be transparent. But there is no reason to pretend that it's not going to cost a certain number to be competitive. Fans demand it. So if they demand it, here's what we need to do to get there. And I think she did a great job being clear and being transparent, and hopefully that starts the dominoes falling in San Antonio.
When you're talking about the $10 million, you guys are keeping track, and without mentioning any schools, is everybody going to get there? I mean, are you confident that everybody will achieve the goal that you set?
100%. Based on what we know today, I think everybody's ahead of schedule. Some will have a little bit more to do in year 2, but I think everybody is ahead of schedule. In the beginning, I honestly wasn't sure how it would play out and what people had the capacity to do, but the vote was unanimous, and we just got on the track and we did it. And it was like, hey, whether we have the money or not, we're going to figure it out. Knowing what I know now, I have 100% confidence that we're going to land the plane. And by the way, nobody's going to land the plane right at $10 million. It's going to be well north of that.
Well, and it kind of has to be. And if I remember right, didn't you tell us last year it was Taylor Amy, the president of UTSA, that, I don't know, in your meetings called for the $10 million or was on board in one of the leaders?
Taylor made the motion to vote to support it. And I thought that was a really significant moment for us because it's a relatively new member that's not as well resourced. But he said, it's kind of like the Hyman Roth scene in The Godfather. Like it was this is the business we've chosen moment. It's like, you don't ask questions. Like we made the decision, we're here. Now we have to make the investment to physically do it. And I was really encouraged by Taylor leading the way because, some of the newer members typically are not always the voice on some of these issues.
Tim, let me ask you a question. Obviously Tulane now in the playoff field. the American Conference, we look at it and regard it as, right there with the power conferences. I think it's one of the most competitive conferences in the league, football-wise for sure, and others as well. Nobody's given Tulane a chance to win this football game. When you hear that and look at that, do you laugh? Do you say, well, let's wait and see? How do you look at that?
No, I get pissed off, honestly. I don't think it's funny.
Okay.
I really don't.
Oh,
I don't think it's funny at all, because I got to see Tulane with my own eyes 8 times over the past 2 years. That is a talented, tough, hard-nosed football team. And everybody's story last year was, well, they lost Mensa for $8 million to Duke, and then Jake Retzlaff shows up, and they don't miss a beat. And you have a guy who won 11 games at BYU come in and take the quarterback spot. So, no, I don't like it at all, because the reality is there is this stigma about conferences that are not autonomy conferences. Like, we don't know how to play football. So go ask Duke about Tulane. Duke, who won the ACC, and Tulane kicked their ass.
Yeah, I did.
Okay? Ask Northwestern about Tulane. Okay? Ask Memphis on the road. Memphis hosted the game. Ask them about Tulane. Like, I think the reality is this, Joe. The money's the money. It's like, oh, my God, look at Ole Miss roster, look at Tulane's roster. You know what? You got to line up and you got to play. Because the bottom line is the rev share doesn't guarantee you the win. It doesn't guarantee you a winner. And Tulane's rev share budget versus Ole Miss is not close. But here we are. We got to get between the lines. We got to line up and play. Who's going to turn it over? Who's going to make 3 big plays? Anything can happen. And I'm just tired of it, because, the reality is Tulane is the 4th highest ranked conference champion, not the 5th, the 4th, okay, ahead of the ACC. And I'll just leave it at that. They earned it. And the Americans a merit-based conference. They're going to share a lion's share of the revenue coming out of the CFP. They've earned it. So I've made my plans for Oxford. It's a non-conference game. I packed everything green that I own in my bag, and I'm going to be there on the sideline. And I think that it's easy to say what's going to happen, and maybe that is the result. But you still got to line up and play.
And that's the bottom line. And I know we're getting short on time, Tim. Army-Navy game. Love this game. Love everything about it. And 2 very competitive teams. It was Army in the championship game a year ago. As the commissioner, now that they're both in the American, how fun is this weekend for you?
It's the best. Because you don't have a lot of work duties either. Like at a conference game, you have a lot to do, you have a lot of people to see, and I'll see all those people tomorrow. But Army-Navy, for me, I realized it last year, my first year as commissioner, it was like such a cherry on top of my year. Because the season's over, your championship is over. Now we got a team in the playoff. Last year, I brought my middle son to the Army-Navy game. This year, I have my wife with me who's never been to the Army-Navy game. Like, it's just something so different. We are lucky as hell to have Army and Navy in this conference. They are national brands. They stand for something very different. Kids sign up for a lifestyle, not for a football team. And in a climate where college sports is in the fray in Washington, D.C., we have access to influential, powerful people through our relationships with Army and Navy. So it checks so many boxes. These national brands, there's going to be at least 10 million people watching this game. It's the number every single year, and it's the only college football game going on. It's special. And as the college football playoff looks to expand, my goal is to be a good partner to the other 9 commissioners, but to protect and defend the Army-Navy game because it deserves it.
Absolutely. And you're a winner either way.
100%.
Yeah.
I just, the thing is, I got to stand in the end zone with my arms folded. Because sometimes at conference games, presidents or ADs, you're with them and they want to high five after a score. And I was just like, just go high five somebody else. I don't want to be seen high fiving anybody.
Absolutely. Oh, come on. Go Navy.
Good luck trying to get me to say that.
Now there's a challenge.
There's a challenge. We'll keep working on that.
Yeah, Tim Pernetti, the commissioner of the American Army-Navy. It doesn't get more American than that, does it?
It doesn't. Appreciate you guys having me.
Appreciate you. Thank you very much.
Always great stuff with Tim Pernetti, the Commissioner Minix of the American Conference.
And he's taking the sheet with him. I was just reading what was on the sheet. I knew about the rebrand, but it was written right there. What the hell am I supposed to do?
Well, we got a guy coming up that wants to be a commissioner, believe it or not. RG3. Robert Griffin III. He's going to join us next as we continue here on Radio Row. Army-Navy weekend. It is the best. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Let me tell you about the Golf Club of Texas. I know the weather in San Antonio today is not so good, but that doesn't matter. You know it's going to clear up. You know it's going to be fantastic. You need to get out and play some golf. What other places in this country, certainly not here in Baltimore, can you get out, get the sticks out, and play golf in the middle of December? In San Antonio, most days you can get that done. And the best place to do that is the Golf Club of Texas. All the improvements they've done to that golf course are incredible. It looks like a private country club, but it's not. Open to the public 7 days a week, and, well, some of the best staff members you will ever see. Then they've got the 10 Cup Bar and Grill. So let me tell you something. Even if the weather is a little bit off and you can't play golf, get out to the 10 Cup Bar and Grill and watch some football this weekend. The Army-Navy game tomorrow be a perfect spot. Get out to the Golf Club of Texas and watch that. And then, of course, a full lineup of NFL football coming up for you on Sunday. The Golf Club of Texas, you know exactly where it is. It's right there off Briggs Ranch Road, off Highway 90. Whether you're headed out for dinner at the 10 Cup or around with your buddies, how about your next tournament? Go check them out. The best rates are always online at golfclubtexas.com. The Golf Club of Texas is the friendliest golf course in Texas.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star and AARP Texas are sending Cowboy fans to Jerry World to see America's team play all season long. How do you get in on the action? Head to sasportstar.com now and register to win. sasportstar.com. Live it up with the boys in the Big D from AARP Texas and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Corey area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at tsaog.com. Pork rinds are the crunch time hero of the snack aisle. Low carb, collagen packed, and high in protein, so you can keep the energy high without the guilt. The porkrinds.com Instagram will make a crunch time donation with each share of the Crunch Time Hero College Football Post, with each share equaling a $1 donation to the Archer Foundation, a nonprofit dedicated to helping families dealing with DIPG, DMG, pediatric brain cancer. Share on Instagram today and grab yourself a bag of Southern Recipe pork rinds at HEB. You know, the Roo Pub is proven to be the best place to watch games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the fights, and when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch a game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want to boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Turn things all the way up and find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy.
Hi, my name's Jason Thompson. I've been representing people injured in traffic collisions here in San Antonio for more than 30 years. After a collision, I've spoken to many people who wanted to believe that the other driver's insurance company would be fair and they really didn't need an attorney. They thought that the insurance company would pay their medical bills and do the right thing. I wish that were true, but trying to go it alone is a big, big mistake. If you have been injured, please know the other driver's insurance company has adjusters and attorneys working against your interest. If insurance companies were trying to get to heaven, I'd be out of a job, gladly. That is just not the world we live in, though. Call me as soon as you can if you are injured in a traffic collision. I do not charge anything to review your case with you. I'll tell you what you need to do and what you should not do. If you want a smart and fair result, you'll need to make smart decisions along the way. And that is what I do. You and I will make smart decisions for you and your family, and we'll get justice and fair results. My number, 210-900-0400. That's 900-0400. Or go to my website, alawyerforus.com.
Another episode brought to you by Prize Picks. And I'll tell you, it's the holiday season. It's the best time of year for sports. The bowl bowl games are beginning. You got college and pro basketball. You got playoff pushes all around, and it's all happening at once. There's no better place to play than at Prize Picks. I love going to Prize Picks because I get to stack different leagues. I like a football play. Let's say I like Jamar Chase this weekend. I also like Wemby with the blocks. I could add that in there as well. And you like to play the hockey as well. You've got everything there that you can stack. Above and beyond that, if you have a favorite player, you can play them in a lot of different ways. That's Prize Picks. Go download the app today. And when you do, remember the code Alamo. If you remember the word Alamo, there's free play in there. So go download Prize Picks and remember the code Alamo and get your money early. You get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Again, that's the code Alamo to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, it tis the season to go play on your Prize Picks. And you know why? Because it feels so good to be right.
Dallas Cowboys head coach Brian Schottenheimer goes one-on-one and has some fun with the morning huddles. AJ and Rob, Friday mornings.
I have a question for AJ. Like, do you actually wear a fake headset on game day? Because I have a vision of you just like with a headset on, like, going through the motions.
Andy Reid.
Really awesome.
He goes Coach Reid. He's got a menu.
Fake Andy Reid. Yeah, fake Andy Reid. I love that guy. I mean, fake Andy Reid who's got his headset. I just wondered because, again, you are very knowledgeable, but I think that's what I'm going to do when I retire is I'm just going to sit around with a headset and talk to nobody but myself.
Oh, yeah.
Like, hey, go for it here.
Keep a challenge flag in your sock.
And then I tell myself, oh my God, I can't believe Shotty did this. I'm going to talk to him on the radio on Friday, and I can't believe he did this.
Brian Schottenheimer's unfiltered look at the Cowboys' upcoming game. Friday mornings, presented by AA Best Bail Bonds on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star. Listen to 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star on your Amazon or Google smart speaker and just say, Alexa, play 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Back here in Baltimore, the Convention Center, it is Army-Navy weekend. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagle. He's Jason Minix.
And now joined by a Heisman Trophy winner and fellow Conference Cove Bulldog, RG3.
Sir.
How's everything, man?
Everything's great. Go Army, beat Navy.
Oh, okay. Wait a second.
It's go Navy, beat Army.
No. This is my mom and dad served 35 years combined in the Army, so I would be remiss if I ever said the opposite.
So see, and I respect that, and obviously, I grew up Army. My brother went Army. I wanted a beach in my business.
That's a good line.
Not bad.
I went Navy. Although, when was the last time you were home in Copper's Cove? And when you're there, do you go by it's not new anymore, but the new HEB that's, named after you?
Yeah, so that's funny. That's good. I haven't been to Copper's Cove this year yet, but I plan on going back here pretty soon. Just want to get a lot more involved in the community and everything that's going on. I've had a few head coaches come and go at Copper's Cove High School, and just trying to solidify that. And I know there's some young talent that's doing a great job, but I try to get back to Waco as much as I possibly can with Baylor, and I've been there multiple times this year. So home is where the heart is, and then Copper's Cove still has a big place in mind.
Yeah, no question about it. I would imagine so, and I would think going back to Waco is pretty special too.
Yeah, it is, and it's different. It's totally different. And Copper's Cove has grown as much. I don't think it's grown quite as much as Waco has with Chip and Joanna Gaines and everything that they've been able to do, and what the university has been able to thrive off of since the Heisman Trophy year, and winning the Big 12 championship multiple times in the last 10 seasons. So Waco looks different. It's not the Baylor bubble anymore. It's the Waco bubble, and everything is looking a lot more pristine.
And when you think about everything going on at the university, the change of AD, they are keeping the coach. You're an analyst now, so is it tough for you sometimes to be objective when talking about Baylor, or you're objective? I mean, your podcast and everything you do, your opinion is your opinion, but then how much do you help?
Yeah, so for me, it's not about – there's no problem with objectivity. I've called games for Baylor over the past 5 years as an ESPN and Fox Sports analyst now, and I don't hold back. If the game is going great, talk about the great stuff. If the game is going bad, talk about the great stuff for the other team, and then tell you what Baylor needs to do to get better.
Yeah.
So I think this year didn't go the way they wanted it to go. I think Dave Aranda is a great man, God-fearing man, and I think a lot of the fans wanted him to be gone. And I understand it. I will never be up here and tell you that a coach needs to go especially one at my alma mater, especially with the way that he's treated me and treated my family. So I respect him, but he knows that it's everything or nothing this year. If they're going to keep him, they are going to keep him. They brought in the new athletic director, Doug McNamee, who I know very well. His wife was actually my communications instructor and teacher in grad school and also as an undergrad. So I'm very close with that family, and I'm excited for them and the opportunity that they get with Baylor. And, you know, who knows what the future may hold, but I know that they're doing everything they can to come out as victorious and winners and try to win the Big 12 in 2026. And we all know that if they're not in the running for that, then there will be a new coach following that season. And I think that's a reality that Coach Dave Aranda is dealing with and handling the way that only he can. And that's just the most realistic way that I can put it.
You know, Robert, you bring up a great point because it seems like we all live in a microwave society, right? A coach has a bad season, you want to fire him. Are we being, as fans, analysts, talk show hosts, a little bit too quick to get rid of people?
Yeah, I think if you look at some of the greatest coaches in history, it took them 6-7 years to get things rolling of, you know, recruiting classes and building the culture. And now because of the world that we live in with social media, and I'm not blaming everything on social media,
right?
But social media gives everyone a voice. So some of those voices that you knew were there, but you couldn't quite hear them or you couldn't quite see them, you can see them now on social media. And that creates mob mentality. So now you have a guy like James Franklin, who's at Penn State, and he's had them be a perennial winner. And they're like, well, we're not winning the big ones. It's like, well, do you like winning 10 games? Do you like winning 9 games? And then there's going to be that year where you get over the hump and you can win the college football national championship. Well, he has a bad year. They get rid of him, and then they can't find a coach for the longest period of time. And he goes to Virginia Tech, and he's going to build them into a perennial winner. So I do think that some of social media has made it to where the mob gets what it wants, even if what it wants isn't the right thing for that school. So we do need to give guys a little bit more patience, but there's so many things working against them. And listen, microwave can make some good food sometimes.
That's right.
So,
very, very true.
So yeah, I get it. I understand. Got to be a little bit more patient.
RG3 joining us here on the Blitz on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. It's staying with the Microwave Society. There are people that I know that think that Sark might need to go in Austin because, you know, he's been to the playoffs but hasn't won it all. Is it good enough just to get there?
Yeah.
Those people, huh?
Those people, man. I actually got Sark fired at Washington.
Oh yeah.
When we played them in our bowl game for Baylor. So he brings that up to me every time I see him.
Really?
And he's a great coach. He's weathered the storm. I felt like this year extremely well with Arch Manning being a young QB and things not going the way that they wanted to go early on. You know, but I've heard some rumors that he would leave Texas to go to Alabama if Kalen DeBoer ended up going to Michigan. And I don't know if that's the best thing or for him or for the university. But people not liking him and what he's done at Texas compared to what they were before he got there, that's the thing that's bothersome to me. It's like everything is relative. If you have a coach and he's winning you 10, 11 games a year, and the coach before him was winning national championships, I get it. You're upset. You went down. But if the coach before him was winning 5-6 games, you should be extremely happy that he is in that position and he has elevated the program back to that level that there are those expectations. So I don't like to punish coaches for raising the level of expectations. I like to reward them for that. And I think Sark has done a great job at Texas.
I'll rethink some things, Robert. I'll rethink some things. You know, it's interesting, college football with the NIL, the transfer portal and all of this. And I don't know if you said it tongue in cheek or not, but you said you'd like to be commissioner of college football.
Yeah.
Were you serious?
No, 100% serious. And
wow.
Listen, there needs to be youth and a different way of thinking when it comes to college football today. If I was, AI is a big thing today, right? So now if I go get the guy that created, Google Messenger, and I tell him, hey, I want you to be in charge of AI, but he has no idea how to work that. He knows how to do the old thing. He doesn't know how to do the new thing. So to get older people to do the newer thing it's always going to revert back to the old thing. And college football needs someone that is of the mind of understanding both sides of the equation, not just for the student athletes, not just for the coaches, not just for the administrations, but for everybody. And I feel like there's some unique minds that can pull that off. And they asked me, like, would you want to be commissioner of college football? And it's like, hell yeah, I'd love to be the commissioner of college football, because I see it from all sides, especially from a social impact side, from a player who didn't get NIL to having to mentor players who are dealing with NIL. It's something that I, would be very cool. I think it'd be an interesting process. And I'm a collaborative guy. Being a military kid taught me how to operate in different silos. I've been in predominantly black communities. I've been in predominantly white communities. I've been in the country communities. I've been in the mixed communities. And to me, that is something that you have to be able to lead and meet people where they're at. Too many people that are in charge right now in college football only want to meet where they're at. And you got to be able to bridge that gap. And I think I could be the guy to do that.
I'm all for it.
RG3 for commissioner of
I'm all
college
for it.
football. That's the best campaign stuff I've heard yet when it comes to that. Now, Robert, we're in Baltimore for Army Navy. The Heisman Trophy ceremony tomorrow night. You've got one of those.
Yep.
And I'm looking at this field, and it just feels like who has had the Heisman moment? There's one where you go, well, okay, in a comeback against Penn State, was that the Heisman moment?
Right.
Or should it be, a guy from Vanderbilt? Could it be a running back?
Right.
I mean, it should have been, in my opinion, a linebacker from Lubbock.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. I think that Jacob Rodriguez undoubtedly should be in New York. Now, I don't know if he would have been able to get the lion's share of the votes to win the Heisman Trophy, but he should have been in New York because he had the greatest linebacker season of all time. And Manti Te'o was the Heisman runner-up, and Jacob Rodriguez had a better year than he did. So I've mentioned that a bunch over the past couple of days, so I will regress on that. But a lot of Heisman voters did talk to me and say that when they got the ballot, they were just like, who do I vote for here? And that to me makes it very interesting tomorrow night, because it could be Diego Pavia. Like, from my perspective, he's the guy that's the most like myself. Resurrected a program, brought them to new heights that they hadn't been at before. He's exciting as a player, and he's confident. Now, I wasn't talking like he was when I was in college, right? But I'm like, damn, this guy's he's really confident. Yeah. But then you have the other guys, Julian Say, and I think everyone would agree, had an amazing year.
Sure.
It would be very shocking if he wins because he lost the Big Ten championship game. Then you look at Jeremiah Love. It'd be shocking if he won because he didn't play on championship weekend as a running back. That's very rare for a running back to win it not playing on championship weekend. So then you're sitting there with Fernando Mendoza. Your point is well taken. The Heisman moment's going to be against a team that had a losing record and isn't even in contention. It was a Heisman moment. Is the Heisman moment going to be the Big Ten championship game where when you look at it from a stats perspective, it wasn't the woo?
Yeah.
I think because this year's class was so wide open, Fernando Mendoza will probably win the Heisman. And I'm not mad at it. I think he's deserving of it. But was it a shoe-in like, that's the guy? No. And I wouldn't be shocked if Diego Pavia won because of that. But I think most people would say that Fernando's probably going to come out on top. And it'll be a situation where the best player on the best team wins the Heisman. But I'm not going to knock him for that.
And probably the number one draft pick.
Yeah, well, I think his NFL future is astronomically high.
No RG3, they're giving us the rap signal.
Well, before we wrap, I just do want to say, we're all here because of USAA.
Right.
And I'm a military brat. Talk to you about my family service and serving in the Army. And what I've been able to do with USA for the last 13 years has been near and dear to my heart. So this week with our Recycled Rides event, we were able to give away two vehicles to a member from the Navy and a member from the Army. And I say not free because they weren't free cars. They just didn't have to pay any money for them because they already paid their dues in serving our country. So what I've been so proud of with USA is how we take care of our own, how we take care of our military veterans. Oftentimes, you guys know this, the military vets feel forgotten. We don't want them to feel forgotten. We want them to know that the work that they're putting in to put their families or our families in front of their own, and those sacrifices are worth it. So I'm proud of that with USA. Appreciate you guys having me on.
Yeah, congratulations.
Robert Griffin III. Appreciate you, man.
Thank you, guys. God bless.
I got to tell you, Minix, that RG3 for college football commissioner, I'm all for it. I want to be his campaign manager.
Well, and again, was that not the most convincing reason? I mean, the idea of new ideas that are going to be new ideas, not somebody that says they have new ideas that revert back to the old ideas. He's on to something there, and he's got the platform to do it.
Well, he's got the platform. He's got the energy to do it. He's got the ideas, and he's got college football at the best interest of college football. I mean, he loves it. So,
and again, you think about he played. He's relatable to a lot of the players. As a broadcaster, all the players know who he is when he walks in, and we've seen him here on Radio Row. He is a celebrity. He's and whether it's Mark Ingram, who was walking by, it was Mark that went up to RG3. Tim Pernetti, the commissioner of the American. I mean, he's got that ability. He's on to something there.
No question about it. I'd vote for him right now. No question about it. When we come back, we didn't forget Prime Picks. I actually won last week, so I'm going to brag about that, even though we all kind of did very poorly.
But I'm still kicking your ass.
But we're going to do Prime Picks when we return live from Army-Navy Weekend Radio Row here at the Convention Center in Baltimore. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Let me tell you about my good friends at Stevens Roofing. Love talking about Stevens Roofing. First and foremost, they're just nice folks. Family-owned company, local company, and they're just the best in the business. And I know this because they've been in business in San Antonio since 1983. Think about that for a minute. 1983, they've been in business. That should tell you everything you need to know about the reputation of Stevens Roofing. And now they've added solar to their repertoire. They're doing solar panels. If you're thinking about doing solar panels for your house, you need to call Stevens Roofing and Solar, 210-785-0994. They'll put a plan together for exactly what you want, and they'll get it taken care of. If you think you got a problem with your roof, you've seen some leaks, or you just want to get it checked out, call Stevens Roofing and Solar, because they'll send a team out to your house. They'll inspect your roof for free, and they'll let you know if everything's okay or if there's some things that need to be taken care of. Whether it's solar, whether it's your roof, doesn't matter. Stevens Roofing and Solar is the name to remember. The number to remember is 210-785-0994, or you can get them online at stevensroofing.net.
Dallas Cowboys fans, come on down!
It's AJ and Rob from the Morning Huddle, and you could be the next contestant on
The Stat Is Right. Every week leading up to the week of the Cowboys home game, AJ and Rob toss out a Cowboys player and a stat from the upcoming home game. Passing yards, rushing yards, number of times Dak adjusts his wristband mid-play, or perhaps CeeDee Lamb mouthguard chews per quarter. Whatever. All you have to do is predict that stat, get the closest, and bam! You're headed to Jerry World with a pair of tickets to the next Cowboys home game. Think of it like The Price is Right, but instead of winning a blender, you get to scream, "How about them Cowboys?" inside AT&T Stadium. So study up, Cowboy Nation, and listen to the Morning Huddle to play. The Stat Is Right, only on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
Jason Minix here from the Blitz with a great way for you to make December basketball a lot more exciting, and that's playing along on Underdog. The best place to get in on all the action, make your picks, and win money right now in Texas. It's fun. It's easy. All you have to do is pick whether your favorite players are going to go higher or lower on stats like points, rebounds, steals, and more. Think about De'Aaron Fox and his point totals. Get your picks right. You can win up to 5,000 times your cash. So download the Underdog app today. Use promo code STAR to score $75 in bonus entries when you play your first $5. That's promo code STAR at Underdog. Make picks, win money. Must be 18 plus and present in Texas. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
The Gomez Law Firm is proud to be San Antonio's trusted personal injury law firm for the past 50 years. We have Jose with the Gomez Law Firm here with us. Your firm has been fighting for the people of San Antonio since 1973. That's incredible.
There are not a lot of businesses that stick around for even 50 years, let alone personal injury law firms.
If you have been injured in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, then turn to the law firm that will fight for you. Visit joegomezlaw.com.
And remember, Gomez Law Fights.
Ulta Beauty's big holiday beauty sale is back with up to 50% off must-have gifts. Shop irresistible deals like the Shark Beauty Flex Style and Benefit Cosmetics travel size mascaras. With new offers weekly, same-day pickup or delivery, and our trusted associates, we make holiday shopping effortless. Head into Ulta Beauty today. Ulta Beauty. Gifting happens here.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation, so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
Mellow Mushroom has the best pizza in San Antonio. Mellow delivers the best pizza experience with their delicious dough, premium ingredients, and unique flavors. Delivering a higher order of pizza is the standard. If Mellow can make a pizza this delicious, imagine what they can do with munchies, greens, calzones, and burgers. Mellow Mushroom has San Antonio's best happy hour with food specials and half off adult beverages. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
Kohl's Customer Appreciation Event is here, right in time for the gift exchange. Even though everyone pretends gifting isn't a competition, it kinda is. At Kohl's, save on gifts everyone will fight over. From sweaters and flannels to air fryers, toaster ovens, and more. Because deep down, the gift exchange isn't just about giving. It's also about winning. Shop Kohl's and save on top gifts now. Select styles, some exclusions apply. Offers end December 14th. See store or kohls.com for details.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home for Texas A&M football. Saturday morning, December 20th at 11, the Aggies host the Miami Hurricanes, presented by Just Pots. Pregame at 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Back in Baltimore, we're at the Convention Center here, Radio Row for Army-Navy weekend. What a weekend it has been. What a couple of days it's been, Thursday, Friday. And, of course, the game is tomorrow. This is the Blitz on 94.1. San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinigle. He's Jason Minix. And, my goodness, Jason, what a day it's been, my friend.
Another incredible day. As many years as I've been coming to Army-Navy weekend, Army-Navy Radio Row presented by USAA. You always see some of the same. You meet new people, always interesting and always fun. It never gets old. I tell that to people, like, dude, do you ever get bored going to that? No. Because, there are some things that we all do, and, okay, been there, done that. This never changes. The excitement level of coming, the fun that is had never changes. It's incredible. And if you think about all the guests that we have had on the Blitz today, whether RG3, if you missed that, although, just a couple of minutes ago, Tim Pernetti, even talking, with Harvey Grant or Miss America, all the interviews online at sasportstar.com. Just hit up the audio vault powered by AA Best Bail Bonds.
And thanks to the folks at USAA. They just take very good care of everybody, not just us, everybody here. It's always a well-oiled machine, that is for sure.
And James Pledger back at the studio. The incredible work that he has to do while we go play. Which is appreciated, and he knows that. And, and think about it. A week from tomorrow, he's got that 72-ounce steak challenge. I wonder if we should put that in Prime Picks.
So steak versus James?
Well, it's I mean, prime steak. We'll go from there. It's what we do to close out every show on a Friday as we get ready for a great football weekend. We call it Prime Picks on the Blitz.
Prime Picks on the Blitz.
Now, last week we all sucked. Joe won the week by going 5-5. Both Pledge and I went 4-6, but on the year, I've still got that commanding lead at 94-56. Ryan Eagle 88-62, and Pledge is
so far back I can't even see
binoculars. You need to see how well he's 82-68. It's why Pledge is being so quiet.
That'll change.
That'll
change.
We generally start picking college games, but we'll pick Army-Navy at the end. Let's start with NFL, and with this weekend with just the one college game that matters for us, straight NFL. And, man, I'm glad we didn't have the Bucs last night because I would have lost. What the hell happened to Tampa Bay?
They suck.
I mean, I was confident even with 4.5, and they lose outright.
Yeah, they suck, and their coach called out the players. I love that. That was fantastic, and they needed to be called out.
You know, it's funny, at the bar that we were at last night, I sounded a lot like Coach Bowles, with the things that I was saying when they didn't cover. All right, games coming up this weekend, Rams and Lions.
You know, it's one of those marquee games, but this game is at L.A., It is in a dome, though, which kind of scares me a little bit with my pick. I just think the Rams are the best team in the NFC. And that loss that they suffered, was it the hands? Was it Carolina?
Yeah.
I don't remember who the hell it was. I think woke them up and said, hey, we got to play every week. They're going to play every week. They'll beat the Lions.
Well, and even Detroit in that win over Dallas, they had some issues. They played really well defensively. They helped the Cowboys out of the end zone, made the Cowboys kick a bunch of field goals. They won't do that to the Rams. Give me LA.
Yeah, give me LA. They look like the best team in the NFC week in and week out for the most part. And Matthew Stafford is just playing incredibly well. And they're finding a nice 1-2 punch with Kyron Williams and Blake Corum now. So I'm going to go with the Rams.
MVP, Mr. Stafford.
You know, it's stupid cold here in Baltimore. And we were talking with Annie Agar, who lives in Chicago now. And she talked about how stupid cold it is in Chicago. She was like, this isn't bad compared to where it is in Chicago. I thought, really, that's kind of an odd statement.
Yes.
And they're saying at Soldier Field, it's going to be one of the coldest games on record for the Browns and Bears. Part of me really wants to pick Cleveland. But I can't. Chicago's going to ultimately win this game.
You know, I think the weather could be one of those things that
what are
makes
you doing, 6-7? What the hell is that?
Equalizes things a little bit, but the Browns are horrible. I mean, they really are.
Yeah.
They're just not good. And so, give me the Bears at home for sure.
I'm with Jason. I want to pick the Browns because I don't
you guys
know
go
or
ahead.
trust
I don't know why you're not doing it.
Caleb Williams in cold weather, but
do you trust Shedeur Sanders in any weather?
No. And that's the biggest thing is while I expect that Cleveland defense to be dominant, I don't expect that offense to be able to make enough plays. So therefore, I'm also going with Chicago.
The game that I'm most excited to watch this weekend outside of Cowboys is Bills and Patriots.
It's going to be a good one, a rematch. The Pats beat the Bills earlier in Buffalo. Look, I think Buffalo's – I don't think they have enough because their defense is not good to get to the Super Bowl and win it. But I think they will be looking for revenge against the Patriots, and they'll get that done. I'm a Patriots fan. That's kind of the chick on the side this year, but I think the Bills go in to Foxborough and win that game.
You know, and I was thinking, if this game were in Buffalo, oh, wait, New England already run there. I just have no faith in the Bills defense. And Josh Allen has to be Superman.
Mm-hmm.
Vrabel won't allow him to be Superman. I think the Pats win this one at home.
I lean Bills just because I think it's going to be hard to beat them twice, no matter where that game is, and this one being in New England. But I do feel that Josh Allen knows he has to be Superman and will be Superman in this game, whether Vrabel tries to allow him to be or not. I just feel Josh Allen has it in him to be able to overcome what they're going to throw at him. And that and James Cook running the ball, if they can find a way to consistently get it to him, which they don't do week in and week out, which after paying him just befuddles me from an offensive coordinator standpoint, how you don't get your second best player the ball the majority of the game. But I think they find a way in this one, and Buffalo gets the win.
I just give you a lot of credit for the proper use of befuddle.
Befuddle.
Bengals and Ravens in a befuddling matchup. And this game in Cincinnati because, well, we're in Baltimore right now and they're not.
I know we're in Baltimore, right? I don't know how much faith the Baltimore fans have in the Baltimore Ravens. I'm not sure, but look, it's hard for me to believe that Baltimore is as bad as they've been playing.
Well, they suck.
Well, they have been, but I saw Joe Burrow on the podium just looking miserable.
I like a depressed Joe Burrow.
Well,
He's going to kick ass.
I like a confident Joe Burrow.
Oh, he'll be confident on that.
I'm taking the Ravens to win this thing. Against my better judgment, I'm going to take Baltimore to win.
Joe Burrow had a moment earlier in the week, and I'm with you. That was that whole press conference. We were at a bar last night here in Baltimore with a fan from Cincinnati.
Very
upset. She is very, very concerned about Joey.
Yes.
I'm not. I think the Bengals win this game, and they know they're on a mission. They've got to win games if they're going to win that division. This one's big, and it's in Cincinnati.
It's big. It's in Cincinnati. Check on your loved ones. You never know what people are going through in life. Check on your quarterbacks because Joe Burrow, man, that was an odd press conference yesterday. But I'm going with the better quarterback right now. Something is up with Lamar Jackson. He does not look right this year, and the Ravens offense is struggling because of it, and their defense isn't much better. Give me the Bengals at home.
Chargers and Chiefs. Now, the Texans last week put Kansas City on life support. The Chargers can finish them and officially eliminate Kansas City with a win.
But here, all three of us are grabbing the hook, and they're reeling us in one more time.
It's Andy Reid. It's Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, and everything he said on his
Travis
podcast.
Kelce. He knocks the stone off his hands.
Well, I mean, that's he's got a girlfriend that can help with that.
Well,
I mean, I just feel like they're a desperate team, and there have been enough times where you see Kansas City in a desperate situation, and they are able to turn on that light and flip that switch. Can they this week? I'm not impressed with the Chargers either. I don't know what you're going to get from that.
Yeah, that offensive line for LA is horrible.
Give me Kansas City.
Justin Herbert running for his life and sacked. I'm taking Kansas City.
That offensive line is horrible. And what we did see out of Kansas City last week is they applied tons of pressure to C.J. Stroud. I expect him to do the same to Justin Herbert, but that glove on his hand and his ability to protect the ball, we saw it live on Monday night as he had a lot of trouble holding on to the football. I think Kansas City is able to force some turnovers and get the win.
Packers and Broncos.
I really can't believe I'm saying this,
I can't either.
This one is in the Mile High City. Mm-hmm. I think the Broncos defensively, this is going to be a good matchup. Who can play the better offense? And just give me the fourth quarter Bo Nix for three of them, and I'll be happy. I'm taking Denver.
I'm taking the team in yellow pants. Give me Green Bay.
Yellow pants because I trust Jordan Love more than I do Bo Nix, which is a tough thing to say.
I'm taking two teams with yellow pants. Steelers and Dolphins.
I can't believe it.
Well, it's in Pittsburgh.
This might be a first.
It's going to be under 40 degrees. The Dolphins can't play when it's cold outside. Pittsburgh wins.
Look, I'm taking the Steelers too. I just think they're a better team overall. The Dolphins have been playing well in Pittsburgh. Better team, better quarterback, and give me Pittsburgh.
No T.J. Watt likely in that game after he's dealing with whatever he's dealing with that lung issue. And the Dolphins have been playing well, and more so than just the Dolphins, their defense has been playing well. I think they can get enough done against what has been a very mediocre Steelers team to get the win there.
Texans and Cards. Arizona sucks. Houston can't look past them. All three of us are taking Houston. Yep. Cowboys and Vikings. Sunday night football, a game you can listen to here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. Cowboys get a nice bounce back. They're at home. They'll win.
Speaking of reeling me in, I'll take the Cowboys as well.
Yeah, I think last week was an aberration for the Minnesota Vikings. They still don't know how to get Justin Jefferson the ball. for whatever reason. And
J.J. McCarthy
is not very good, despite what we saw last week. Give me Dak Prescott and the Cowboys.
Army Navy tomorrow afternoon, right here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. Go Navy, beat Army.
Navy's the better team. That doesn't always matter in this game, but they are the better team. I'm taking Navy.
Go Navy, beat Army.
That's the way it is. Tune in here on the radio station or on TV, and that'll do it for us here at Army Navy Radio Row. Just another incredible 2 days here in Baltimore. Of course, we'll have a fun night tonight. I can promise you that.
Absolutely.
And then stay tuned to all the socials over Saturday from game day. And we're told the president will be there tomorrow, so security and traffic will suck.
Get the rubber gloves ready.
Whoa.
Here we go. Thanks to USAA. Pledge, we thank you as well. It's been a great couple of days. We'll have all the reaction, all of our stories for you when we return on Monday. AJ and Rob will get you started Monday morning at 6 a.m. We come back at 2 o'clock. Back in San Antonio. We've had a great time out here. Hopefully you guys have as well. Until then, I hope you have a great weekend, everybody. See ya.
Ladies and gentlemen, the weekend.
Riding I-10 with the Blitz.